it wouldn't be favourable. So when you're saying, are we falling off? Yeah, there's context.
Everybody's thinking slots are full. This team selection is terrible.
I've been calling them Arteta sexuals, bro. Or happy to be here, FC.
Hello and welcome to another instalment of Podcast Pundits. I'm Drayman, back in the hot seat today. As you all know, avid Man United fan. We're going to crack on into it in a bit. But before I go into it, I'll go around the room and tell you who we got with us today. Starting with my boy Strives.
Oh, I knew you was going to start with me, bro. Man's chewing, man. Shit. Yo, man, it's your boy Strives. Sorry, guys, man. That was real unprofessional. But yeah, man, it's your boy Strives, representing Arsenal FC. Well, you can call me Striver.
Is your sweets in the shop?
I don't know, man. Oh, maybe.
It doesn't matter, man. Just keep it.
I was eating some. Oh, what? My hair? Oh, shit. Hey, guys. Yo. Well, hey, these guys set me up. But listen, it's your boy Strives, aka Striver, representing Arsenal. Yeah, man, happy to be here.
Moving on, Joey.
Yo, it's your boy Joey Nomadic. Not got any kits around me, but you know, when you smell a champion, you know what team I'm supporting. You get me?
Yeah, we don't. Still
top of the league.
Top of. Okay.
We may still be top of the Champions League tomorrow. I think we are. We're gonna beat PSG tomorrow, but no, I'm saying we're let me finish my thing first. Yeah. We're gonna beat PSG tomorrow. We're gonna be in the next round of the Champions League, and yeah, man, I'm Liverpool's #1 supporter. You already know what it is.
Moving on, Della.
Yeah, Della Strada. Yeah, I say this all the time. I'm still a free agent.
Yeah, is that why you've come in all black today?
No, it's got nothing to do with that. I just fancied wearing my Nike tracksuit.
Have you ever thought of finding a non-league club? So.
There's a team next to me near my house. I think Erith.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't have time to watch it.
I hear that, man.
Excellent. And just to let everyone know, Marley Marr, hope you get better soon. So in his place, we've got a guest with us today. If I introduce him as Matty.
Sounding people, Matty, aka Matty Savage 1, bang average Man United fan. Happy to be here.
Yo, why do they call you Savage?
Do you know what?
Savage 1 as well.
I'm really sure why they call me Savage, you know. I think that's some of that nickname.
You know, you can just smell someone like you, bro.
I don't know. Like,
Hey, man, get used to it, man. This Joey guy's just
just
had to
trying to
set
put
people
me
up.
in their hole, innit?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
These are, man. Thanks for joining us, man. Thanks for joining us, man. You're an avid listener of the show, as we know. You're always talking nonsense. Obviously, I referenced you in last week's episode, so you get an opportunity
I heard that. More than once as well.
Yeah. So you get an opportunity to fire back. But I'm sure you're smarter than that anyway, because, you know.
I don't know about that.
Boy, you get cooked, man. You get cooked.
Obviously, before we move into it, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a comment. You know where to find us on all major platforms: Insta, YouTube, Twitter, SoundCloud. We're there. No better place than to start with what happened on the weekend. It was Manchester United 1, Arsenal 1. Declan Rice rescued a dramatic draw for the Gunners after a controversial Bruno Fernandes free kick. Obviously, before we go actually into the game, I wanted to first start with, obviously I got Arsenal and I got Man United fans with us. Start with you, Matty. What did you first think of the team selection when you first saw it to play Arsenal?
To be honest, I think the team selection was, given the way Man United are at the moment and the players that are out, the players that we've got, I think the team selection kind of picked itself, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't think there was many surprises when I first looked at it. I think the only debatable question was whether or not he was going to start Obi over Højlund. But in the end, you know what, he did neither. And I guess listen, the tactics, I think, at the start were to just play that low block. The team selection picked itself, and there was no surprises for me. To be totally honest with you.
Then if I move on to you, Strives, when you saw that team selection, is there anything that you would have thought that maybe he might have tweaked? Or, because I know you've talked about before previously, like maybe not always going with your trump card like a Marino, maybe like throwing a Sterling in the mix, or just trying to change it up before teams get a bit too familiar.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I think I've got used to seeing Marino in there now. Do I think he should be our striker? No. But do we have much choice? No. Martinelli, though, he had returned into the squad, which was nice to see. It was good to see. I'm contrary to quite a few people, I'm a Martinelli fan, actually, so I was quite happy to see Martinelli in the lineup. I didn't expect him to go straight into the starting lineup. So, yeah, I mean, there was no surprises from me, to be honest with you. No surprises from me, no.
And then, obviously, if we fast forward, obviously, from your PSV game into this game, Strives, do you think that Ruben Amorim has obviously seen how PSV tried to come at the traps at you and maybe has made his team selection following that, or is he just know what to expect with you guys?
Yeah, I don't think there was much genius to it, to be fair. It was quite obvious what he was going to do. I called it last week. I expected you guys to put up a mid-block. I expected you guys to try and spot little opportunities and try and get at us at times. And I thought that we'd have to be clinical if we were to beat you guys. That's what I thought. Obviously, when we went to Netherlands and we smoked PSV, obviously that kind of gives you a little bit of little impetus for that to maybe think, okay, maybe something's gonna happen here. Maybe that might be the momentum. Maybe that might be the driving force that might just make us force the issue just a little bit more, irrespective of whether you play mid-block, low-block. Maybe we just got that much confidence that
perfect preparation, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
going into that game,
and we had a little bit of rest as well. But no, I think I disagree about the preparation bit purely because I don't think PSV sat back and invited the pressure. They were silly enough to actually play. I think that's why you see two different teams. It's like chalk and cheese. Is that the phrase?
Chalk and cheese.
Yeah, it's like chalk and cheese when you consider the Champions League and the Premier League. Because in the Champions League, they don't really respect Arsenal like that. You know what I mean? They come out, they're playing their football.
But we got there was a stat that I saw as well that PSV, they're not no easy feat. I don't think they lost a game at home for almost 2 years.
We've seen them smoke Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? So you see them do a few things. You know what I mean? So it weren't going to be an easy game. That's what people will say after
they
the
beat
fact.
City as well, innit?
Was it City? They beat City. Yeah. So yeah, man, PSV, they've got a couple of they got a couple of notches on their belt, and just an away performance. It was a very impressive away performance. We broke a record as well with that, and I can't lie to you, I didn't expect that. You know what I mean? I expected to go through with the tie, but I didn't think it would be that easy. It was amazing. So obviously, when you have a performance like that, and then you watch Manchester United on Thursday, and you're looking at you guys were struggling. What was the score in that game?
1-1.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, let's rest. You look like you were out of ideas. I know you always get up for Arsenal.
Yeah,
but I just thought, would that even be enough? So on the day, I'm starting to think, you know what? This might be the day we get our revenge for that 6-1 loss or the 8-2 loss.
That was never not having a forward line there.
You know what? But I still hoped. I hoped for it.
So what was your actual thought going into the game?
So my actual thought. So what I said on last week's episode, that's what my thought was. Up until you build yourself up, gone church, the sun's shining, I got the shades on. You know what I mean? I'm really feeling myself. Praising. Obviously, we're playing the Red Devils. I've really praised God, and I really said, I want to do praise and worship. Matty Savage knows about that.
You and me.
Yeah. So I was really ready. And then I'm thinking, man, a 3-goal cushion. I wanted to destroy you guys.
Wow, 3 goals.
Yeah. That's how I was feeling. I felt we could do it. I put on a saucy bet, a real saucy bet.
How much was that bet?
You know what? I only put a little £15 stake. Okay. I don't encourage gambling, guys, or what have you not. It's just a little bit of fun, recreational fun here and there. But yeah, a little £15 bet on a little bet builder, and it just had bare guys to get shots and stuff.
Sorry to interrupt you. Was that on the back of obviously scoring so many against PSV?
Yeah.
Was that just a little booster for you going into that?
Because I just expected it to be lively. I expected us to be lively. So I didn't. You know what? Because I'm not Marley Marr said last week, he called me a professor when it comes to these bets. I'm not frivolous with it. So I was still thoughtful with it, but just a lot of players to get shots, and I'm expecting, fouls, tackles. I'm expecting a lively game, and after the first 45 minutes, I had a cash out of £112, £112.50. So I was on the money somewhere, and I did cash out because all I needed
was that a single bet?
It was a bet builder, single. Yeah, 15 to £112.50. But yeah, basically, I needed Nwaneri to get a shot. And I looked at the way Manchester United were playing. And I said to myself, okay, I know I wanted 3 goals cushion, but I had to revert from that. You see, gas gang, where I was gas, shades on, everything, sunshine. I just started to really quickly, I realised, it's going to be a tough one. Like, you guys have set up the slow block, mid block, and I can't see it happening. And immediately I said, Arteta's going to take this guy off soon.
So you must have cashed out before the free kick.
I cashed out, and then with the proceeds, I took some money, you banked that, and then I put the rest on Arsenal to win in play.
Wow.
But bearing in mind that, bearing in mind you're not going to set up in like a mid block.
Yeah,
you're so confident that Arsenal are going to score 3 goals.
So I really rate guys like Nwaneri.
Yeah.
I really rate Nwaneri. I see Martinelli on the bench as well. I'm thinking when he comes in as well, I've seen Martinelli be a problem for your Manchester Uniteds in the past, your Chelseas, your Liverpools. It's just, you know what it is, Della? As a fan, you can be as real as you like, objective as you like. Yeah, you can't help. It's the child in you. You start hoping, you start believing. We're trying to chase Liverpool. Obviously, we're far behind, but we're trying to chase them anyway. Just get a little bit closer. We could just bat on their head freaking, what's that? Kalen Tucker, whatever her name is. But yeah, man. So you believe a little bit. And I'm thinking, why not? I'm seeing what's happening at PSV. Obviously, we've had the Odegaard Bruno debate. I'm thinking, Odegaard's ready to rise up.
Yeah. I was looking forward to this.
So I'm I'm thinking, we'll get it, bro. I'm thinking we might do it. But like I said, all it took was 15, 20 minutes of the game to play, and then reality came straight back in, and I knew because I don't know where it is with Arsenal players, but we don't know how to play against a low block. We don't play,
and it's especially hard when you don't have you're playing a midfielder as a striker. So
but even when we got a striker, we don't know how to play with a low block. We don't know how to play against a mid block. And then
I agree with you. That's how I'm surprised that you thought you're going to Arsenal going to score 3+.
Yeah, like I said, that wasn't tactical or objective strives. That was
just a giddy fan.
Yeah,
from his team's last performance. They're ready for this. They're up for it.
Yeah, talking to your Matty Savages in group chats and realising, why is he not replying back to me? He's scared, yeah? He's scared. Okay, I want more.
Yeah.
He's
the long game, yeah? I was trying to play long game.
Yeah. Trust me, man. So, yeah,
but even if I put it to Matty, obviously, it was all Arsenal. Then probably the first glimpse I've seen Garnacho even make a run.
Yep.
Then obviously we've got the free kick.
Yep.
What were your thoughts leading up to the free kick?
Honestly, I wasn't surprised that Arsenal had, 70% of possession in the first half. We had 67% of possession in the first half. We had nothing. We only the output that we had, the outlay was Garnacho. And that was our only tactic in that first half, or possibly for the whole game, was just hitting you guys on the break. And that's all we could do at the moment, right? Because we've got nothing else at the moment. Then you're hoping for a bit of magic from your one talisman, which is Bruno at the moment for Manchester United, right? Now, I know you have this debate last week between Bruno and Odegaard. I'm going to back Bruno for obvious reasons. Yeah. But it's moments like that, in games like that, when you need someone to step up. We're obviously going to discuss the free kick. Should it have been a little bit further back, or the wall and stuff? I think at the end of the day, too many people aren't discussing how good this free kick actually was.
Yeah, that was.
Let's be honest. It was still a good free kick. Whether you're 10 yards, 12 yards, you still got to get it ball up and over the wall, right?
Yeah.
You could argue about Ray's positioning. I mean, at the end of the day, he looked a bit too further across from where he should have been
at the beginning.
But he did move over.
Yeah.
I mean, you're always going to get those steals, which you always see things when they make it look worse, right?
Yeah.
But ultimately, the free kick was really
Yeah, exactly. Because you obviously saw, I think Xerxes pushed into the wall, tried to obstruct Raya.
Yeah.
And then obviously it's gone over the wall in between their heads.
Yeah.
But then it does go to show you, though, instead of it being 10 yards, obviously it says they were 11.2. But that could be the difference because
No,
obviously
that's a
they're
massive
forward.
difference.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
1.2 yards is a massive difference.
It's hitting their heads in theory
Yeah.
if they're in the right way.
Sorry, quick question. Why did they measure it though? Because they never measure other free kicks.
They never measured it, but I think they were saying because it just looked so
visually,
far back
yeah,
that
okay.
even
Oh, you
Bruno
could tell.
clocked.
You could tell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then even if I'm an Arsenal fan and an Arsenal player, why are you not going to the referee and going, this doesn't look like it's 10
No, you
yards?
can't chat to referees like that. Even when we're
Why
playing.
not?
No, you can.
You
No,
can.
no,
Just tell them to measure it again.
Guys, when we're playing
They're
football,
not going to do
and
that.
the referee has said where you need to be, you're going to chat to him and say, like, what are you doing, ref? And you're just going to say, shut up or move, whatever. That's how it goes, bro. Like he's not going to change his mind.
And also, seriously, I think this probably didn't play a part in it. But because of how Arsenal have been with like referees, if they now challenge that referee decision and they said, no, ref, that's too far.
Yeah.
Then the ref looks away. Then they try to creep before the ref sees it. Someone's going to get booked.
Yeah.
Then before you know it, there's another second yellow card.
Makes it
and
into
also-
another situation.
So it's like,
I agree.
I
Who
still do
knows?
think it was a little bit too honest, and I think you're right there. Like I'm not even disregarding that point. I feel like the noise that surrounds Arsenal might be affecting us in terms of how we approach games, like affecting us mentally somewhat. But I still think it was a little bit too honest, man. Like
Well, for you guys not to move forward.
when that referee's not looking, take a couple
take a
steps
couple
forward.
steps.
Just everyone
You know
does
what I
it.
mean?
Everyone
Yeah,
does
like-
it.
Yeah, but everyone does it when everyone's Arsenal, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard
You
that.
know what I'm saying? That's what I'm
Maybe
saying.
it's just a lack of concentration. Maybe they just didn't even clock it as well, to be fair.
Maybe
Did you see any of the players contest it? Or
I didn't
No.
even clock on.
Yeah, yeah.
towards the end of the half, they're probably thinking,
Yeah, like,
I
let's see,
I can hear that as well.
Sorry,
Okay.
another thing. Do you lot think, is it a testament to Raya that everybody's saying that he should have saved it? Because like I heard loads of people saying that Alisson saves that or Courtois saves that. So if they're saying like Raya should save it, is that just because of how
I think it was a
good he's been
great
this
free
season?
kick. Maybe his positioning, he could have been better overall. But at the end of the day, they're probably saying that he should have saved it overall, looking at his
they hold him
game.
in highest,
Yeah,
high
exactly.
regard.
Looking at
But
his
you see
game
with
as
that,
well.
yeah, I think first and foremost, you have to look at the free kick.
Yeah.
And as Matty said, it was a good free kick over the wall. And what goalkeepers do, they'll say, okay, if you beat me on that side, then yeah, fair play, you've beaten me, innit?
Yeah.
That's why they don't cover it as much.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I think Jamie Redknapp said it when he positioned the wall, there was just that gap so you can see Bruno running up to it. But then as Bruno was running towards it, then obviously that's Man United done their training ground tactics or whatever, and they
Routine, yeah.
close the gap. So he sold the ball late.
Yeah, he did.
So I don't think overall it's his position. I think it was a combination of a good free kick and the fact that he didn't see the ball until late.
How many people have said then that he should have saved it?
I've heard quite a few people say, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's
I think
It's a
I've
bit
heard that.
harsh.
I think they said that he could probably have done a little. I mean, because in the moment, my thought was, "Oh, could you have done better there?" It didn't feel like it was at a high. It didn't feel like it was at a placement
Close
that,
to the post enough.
that you could have not got there. So I questioned his starting position immediately. But as you guys have already kind of mentioned, like he did try to correct it, and like Della's speaking about, he could just credit Manchester United for the way they blocked the vision. So I guess it was a well-worked free kick.
I'll be pissed if Alisson didn't save that though.
Yeah, I was pissed.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
because I mean, you can't be panoggering these freaking punks, and then we're going to the freaking half 1-0 down. And I don't know if you lot know, whenever Manchester United are leading 1-0 at half time, they don't
lose again.
They don't ever lose.
Yeah,
they don't ever lose. And that transcends all of their managers, I think, kind of thing. So you're just thinking, that's another omen to beat.
So then coming out for the second half, Matty, what did we do different? Because it was obviously, I feel like a game of two halves.
I was definitely going to say the game of two halves. I feel like in the second half, I guess the impetus then really is on Arsenal to change up something. For us, I don't think we really had to change, did we? If I'm going to be totally honest with you, we're winning 1-0.
They're comfortable.
Whatever our tactics are, we're comfortable. We had you pinned, or you had us pinned, and it kind of felt like you had a lot of possession, but you weren't really doing much with it. And I guess that goes back to them, you guys not having a striker, right? But in the second half, honestly, for the first 20 minutes, I kind of just thought, we're all right. You know, we didn't really change much. I didn't really see much of a threat, if I'm honest with you, from Arsenal at many points. I guess it was only until the equaliser came when actually, if I'm going to be honest with you, it's like a firework.
Yeah, kind of
in the game.
galvanised you a little bit.
And it put a little bit more energy in the game.
Okay.
And it was almost like, dare I say, a tennis match, like back and forwards. But
After the equaliser, it was...
Yeah, at that point, you would have expected it to favour
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Like I said, obviously, after I've banked the majority of the winnings, I put a little bit on the in play, and I'm thinking, okay, it's about to come in now. But actually, we were pegged back.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not
Were Arsenal pegged back, or United had better chances?
Bro, I don't know. Like every time they were at our goal, Raya had to do like a worldie. My heart rate was up.
I don't think they were pegged back.
It was mad.
They were.
I think Man United smelled
No,
blood.
okay, I know what you mean in terms of pegged back.
Yeah.
We were like Man United. Obviously, I said Man United were like, I said sugar honey iced tea last week, innit? Like they're really poor. And the reason why I say that is the way they're just. It's not like they're just camped back and letting us have the ball. I felt like they were forced to. No offense, Matty and Draymond, but I feel they were forced to just hold off because you just couldn't really match us quality wise.
No,
so you can see that we're the better team because of the way that we're playing most of our game in the final third, but correctly pointed out by Matty when we're toothless in the final third also, so to speak. However, as soon as that goal went in, it's like instead of Manchester United to get nervous and jittery, the opposite happened.
Yeah, Spurs them on. But that's kind of a Man United trait though. I don't know if you realise that as well. Most of the time when a team scores or we've gone behind in games, I feel like we're like, we want to start playing football now. I don't know why. It's weird. It's a weird mentality because we always start the games really slow as well.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't expecting that from Man United in that second half after they scored. I genuinely was kind of thinking.
I would probably say that under Ruben Amorim, that's probably the only good thing that we have in our locker. If it was an ETH team, we would have crumbled.
Yeah.
With a Ruben team, I think tactically and him telling them what positions to play,
a little bit more.
They felt more comfortable.
Yeah.
You had and you know what was I don't know. I might be being a little bit harsh here, but Saliba, like don't get me wrong, like he's a top centre back. Last season, I was saying top 2 centre backs in the Prem. I don't know if I'd be as quick to say that this season. And although he's still like head and shoulders above a lot of centre backs in the Premier, but I'm looking at him, man, and there's just certain things he's doing, like giving the ball away a couple of times. He's a bit rash. I'm thinking, what's happening to this fella? Honestly, if Højlund wasn't so sugar honey iced tea, bro, you guys would have won that game, bro.
Yeah.
Declan Rice, like, big up Declan Rice, man. Like, obviously getting that goal, freaking banger of a goal.
Good goal as well.
And, bro, he literally
He gave you an
us.
attacking presence. He obviously then showed that he can do his defensive qualities as well with the Højlund tackle.
Solid. And then, sorry, because at this point now, I might start some of the stuff that pissed me off a little bit. Marino as well. Like,
so before you get into that point, you said sugar honey iced tea twice. Where did you get that from?
Okay, yeah, because I do want to.
I picked that up still.
What does it mean?
What does that mean?
It's if you think of the first letter of the sugar honey iced tea.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to clean up my language. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
nice.
I got pulled up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think I've been a bit expletive recently.
Yeah,
being creative.
Same.
Being creative.
So yeah, man. Like Marino, like, okay, you're up top, you're not doing much, you're not a striker, fair play. We take off Partey, yeah. And Partey, I think Partey's had I'll go as far as saying he's had a good season, but it's a couple of times if you're not giving the ball to him, to his feet, like he seems to have a bit of a madness. So I can see why Arteta might have thought, let me hook him. But when we took him off and Marino was in there, I don't know about you, man, that watched it, Della. I don't know if you had the same observation. Marino, I just felt what was he doing in the middle?
What, just for the incident or just general
Not just
play?
the incident, yeah. Just like when he was there, like I know there was an incident, but just I know what where he the mistake, the Højlund one. But outside of that, just what was he doing in the middle? Like I just felt like
the only thing I'll say for that is sometimes when you're having to play multiple positions and you have to switch in game, it's a bit hard for you to find your rhythm straight away. He's been playing up front for like 3 games in a row. Then you go back into your midfield. Okay, I need to remember how to play this. That's the only thing I'll say for that.
Yeah. Is it? No, but no, I think that.
I don't think so.
Well, there was one time for Belmont, I played about 4 different positions, but mentally I knew I could potentially play there because the manager at the time said, "Yeah, I might need you to do this." But when he's been trying to understand the role of playing up front.
Yeah.
So his mindset is like, okay, I need to be here. Now you come back into midfield in the same game.
Yeah.
You're still your positional sense is a bit off. I'm not saying that's solely what it is.
Yeah.
But you can't ignore the fact that he's having to unlearn one position to go back to his natural position. He's still thinking about, okay.
Just quick, what is his natural position?
I said he's a left 8.
Left 8. So, and then that's where he went to play.
Yes.
Because I would think that like the position that your natural position, that's like riding the bike. You understand the basics always. You might not be as sharp, but you would always know the basics.
Yeah, but you could. To Della's point, your sharpness, you might not be as sharp.
Okay. So he wasn't sharp.
Yeah, in the middle. And then another complaint, Calafiori. Like obviously a moment of brilliance against PSV. Like the guy looks like he could have been a striker. But at left back, bro, like it just makes me like. I remember when we had our conversation about the transfer window, and I'm thinking, why did I give it a 5? Like I'm even thinking it should have been lower. Like that's how I felt. Like, and I don't mean to be like bad. Like I don't want to be like too disheartened because he's been decent. Like he's decent, but in that game, I'm thinking, Mikel, why is MLS not playing again? Like I
really want to give him a break.
Possibly.
I wanted to come to this because I was going to say, up until those subs were made, you guys literally were playing the same ball game throughout the whole game. There was no like creativity, like someone trying to make a run, or it was like tick-a-tacker. So like pass.
And this is why I'm not so like onto Odegaard.
When you made the subs though, that's my thing. When you guys made the subs, as soon as you put MLS on, I knew instantly. I said, something's going to change.
Something's going to happen.
Because he was direct. You saw it when he got the ball, he didn't care. He would run with it.
Yeah.
Then he's, I think,
and he remembered how to defend as well.
Exactly.
Because the thing is with Calafiori is like, he might get forward, but sometimes he gets lost in his position, he's inverted and whatnot. And then sometimes I think Matty, you said everything was going through Garnacho, or was it you, Dre, man?
Well, it was Matty.
Yeah, and that was because of fucking Ricardo, bro, Calafiori. I see. Look, I'm trying not to.
You haven't got one for the.
Yeah, so I'm saying, it just came out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do better. My bad, man. But yeah, so yeah, Calafiori, man. Like I just feel like again, that's just that game. I'm gonna isolate that one, but I just felt like there was a time in the game I'm thinking, we need you, MLS. I didn't like that Odie didn't seem to really want to play with Ethan too much. In my opinion, like I think when Saka's there, he's looking for him. But I don't feel like he's looking for Ethan.
I was watching the game. I was at Marley's house, and I was saying Arsenal, although they had possession, they were moving the ball way too slow. It's like you get the ball, instead of just knock it, just keep on moving it, you'll get it. Instead of just playing the pass first time, second, or using 2 touches, they'll hold on to the ball for too long. If you're playing against a low block, United, it's easy for them.
Yeah, exactly. They know where you're going to be with the ball.
Then Arsenal will do the thing where they'll move it slowly, get to the left side, then cross it in. There's no point in crossing in when you're playing. You've got Marino's probably the only guy in there good in the air. Then you've got Trossard. Yeah. You've got 5 people in the box against United. There's no point. Yeah. You're better off just literally keep on moving it and see if you can find a free ball somewhere. The whole thing of just literally crossing in all the time, it's pointless, especially if you're doing that for like the large part of the game.
So
Exactly.
you know what?
Because United weren't pressing, because you lot don't really press. Were they pressing?
No, it was more the counter-attack.
Yeah,
okay.
But you see what I said, like, when we were trialing the studios, I was in the that other studio, that episode, where was that, 2-3 weeks ago, yeah? And I was saying maybe let's flirt with another playing style. Because, all right, if Arsenal are struggling so much with low block, mid blocks, if you think about it, how many teams do you know in the Prem that have shown that they can suitably deal with low blocks? Not really many. Like I mean, Liverpool could.
That's what I was going to ask a question offline, and I said I'll say it for the podcast. Do you guys play against low blocks often?
Yeah.
Because when you played Newcastle, it wasn't a bit.
No, Newcastle was always going to do a shootout.
Yeah. That's because against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup, it was a low block. I feel like teams don't play Arsenal the same way they play Liverpool. No, even though both teams.
Was the first leg a low block when Newcastle played Arsenal?
Yeah, it was a low block. They scored from a free kick. Then they scored from another.
Isak one.
Isak one from a free
Trust
kick.
me, every single time, everyone knows that antidote to Arsenal is low block. But for some reason, that's not the antidote to live.
Yeah, so
I'm trying to work out why that is. And
so because I actually had this conversation in our Liverpool group as well, and it's because I don't understand why. Because sorry, I had this convo with Don. Shout out Don. You two have who you said were the 2 best centre backs in the league. I don't understand why Arteta just has like so much insurance around them. Like Liverpool, they throw their everything forward, didn't it? Because they know that Virgil and Konaté are going to deal with everything, bro. There's no worry about that. Obviously, it happens. They break through. You're going to concede. But that's not our concern. But Arsenal always have it in the back of their head that something's going to break through. So it's like they're not giving their all to pinning this team back. Yeah, you're going to have your 67% and you're going to pass it around.
We play a bit mid-blockish
Yeah.
ourselves.
So you lot, and I think obviously like he's not an attacker. He's a good defensive-minded coach, and then last season you lot had that brilliant low block when you were utilising against Man City. I think it was one time, maybe 1 or 2 times you did it last season. But yeah, Arteta has it in his head that this is our number one concern is not to concede, whereas Liverpool's seem like all we care about is scoring goals, and then Virgil, Alisson, and Thingy are going to handle the rest of that.
So then my thing is, lean into that then. So if your thing is your defence first, let's just go full haram, bro.
What do you mean, full haram defence?
Yeah, bro. Stink out the Prem, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Stink it out, yeah,
like
bro.
Jose thing.
Yeah, bro. Stink it out. Win it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At least you're winning it.
Yeah, just do it that way. That's what I'm thinking, like, bro. Because I'm just like, because if we can't win against mid-blocks, if you can't beat them, join them. We do it.
But you can't be playing a mid-block against like a Nottingham Forest and then...
Bro, at some point, they're going to have to come at us. And then we hit them.
And so what Liverpool do as well, Alisson, they keep the ball for a long time. Back then, they like recycle it a lot before it goes forward. So they do try to invite players out, and obviously, if you're playing against a team with low concentration or isn't as disciplined, somebody's gonna run free and do like a Bruno Fernandes and just run through it with no pressure.
You know the difference between Liverpool and Arsenal when I think about it now. Yeah. So playing at the back, when you say you're playing at the back, you've got Van Dijk and you've got Trent. They can do long balls. So when you invite the pressure.
Yeah, they got
for Arsenal.
Konate can even do long balls if he puts it, push come. Yeah, but he's not the chief guy.
There's no one at the back for Arsenal that can do that.
What about Skelly?
Can't do that.
Do you think Skelly can do it?
No. Skelly can't. I think he can punch into feet. Pretty well. Gabriel can punch into feet.
Yeah, but I'm talking about VVD, Trent.
But that ball's that ball's
the only one that understand it is Ben White when he passed the ball to Saka.
Yeah.
But apart from that, there's no one in the back four.
That's what I was going to say. But there's nobody in your attack that is even. No, but you lot don't really pull because Salah and.
It's not you lot, by the way.
Sorry, Salah and Diaz, they really spread teams out wide.
Yeah.
But Arsenal don't really. Yeah, they're quite.
Saka's quite. Sorry to interrupt you. Is this a new problem for Arsenal though?
No,
for trying to break through this low block?
I don't think so. I think we had that. We showed there was signs of that issue from last season.
Yeah,
there was a few issues that Arsenal have that have just followed us into this season.
But you guys got 91 goals last season, man.
Yeah,
but we still weren't scoring that many from open play. Probably like 30-35% of that was from set pieces. And now if Saka's got injured, what's happened to our set pieces? We ain't scored one since December. You know what I mean? So there's been issues that could have, like if fortune goes the wrong way for us, it could be an issue for Arsenal. And that's what we're facing. And this is probably when you see, like, sometimes when I get a bit frustrated and I'm looking at my gaffer and I'm just like, all right, gaffer, you show me you're a good manager. Can you show me you're elite now? Can you show me you can,
make a tactical switch?
Get me across that line, bro. You keep getting me there. You're taking me to the... Get me there, bro. Get me there. And I don't know. I feel like... I don't know, like... It's weird. Like, it's like a Jekyll and Hyde situation because I'm in loads of WhatsApp groups with everyone here, but I'm in one with Joey. It's Belmont alumni. I don't know why you're not in there, to be fair, Matty. But yeah, so Belmont one, and then you know freaking Oates, Creasy. He's obviously talking about Arsenal should sack Arteta, and I'm getting at him. I'm like, how dare you make such a suggestion? But then I'll be on the pod saying, yo, I might need someone else.
Yeah.
And my thing is, it's like, I don't understand how any other team should be talking about Arteta. You have no right. Arsenal fans though, maybe, because we're the ones, we're in it. We're in it. We're the ones living it. And we're the ones who think.
You know what I found out? From the comment section. But I didn't say anything that Arsenal fan would have said about Odegaard, And the comment at me, I'm like, yo, you men all say he needs to rise up. I'm like, what's happening there? Yeah. So it's like only they can criticize that club.
Let's not go over that. Go back on that feud.
But he's got a point though. That's how we are. That's how we are though. Like
that's silly though, bro. Because people can see the criticism.
It's like their fans are the ones that are creating the drama.
Yeah. That's what you say about Saka as well. Remember when I'm talking about thingy, I'm talking about Arsenal. And they're like, yeah, but you guys like say stuff about Saka. I'm like, nah, bro, it's the Arsenal fans that say the most about Saka, bro. Like when he doesn't play.
But bro, it's like you're disciplining your child, and then some random just comes in and says, yeah, let me get in on the beat. Fam, you're gonna be like, are you alright? But also it's like, bro, like chill out, bro. I'm talking about my gaffer, like you need to relax. So it's like a Jekyll and Hyde situation, because on one side, like I can put up a severe defense as to why Arteta is our guy and why we should just be patient with him. But then you can't help but have a little bit of doubt and wonder,
can he get you over the line?
Yeah, because
it's like, take you to that next.
It's like, okay, cool, we've got this new sporting director. Okay, I'm excited about that. What? Let's see, what's he done? Okay, what?
Rodri.
Yeah, he's brought.
He's done what? Athletic.
Yeah, exactly. Rodri, that's what I'm saying. What's he done? So you're looking at it. Some of his incomings.
Was it Batata?
Yeah. I think Cunha's put in on his CV.
Griezmann.
Rodri, Griezmann, Felix. Before Felix became what he is now, when he was top prospect.
I still didn't rate it, to be fair, though.
Nah, but he's done big signings kind of thing. And he seems to be able to, he's been touted of having a strong personality. And we know that Mikel Arteta's got a strong personality, so maybe he'd be able to handle a personality like Arteta's, and maybe they can work together. So it's like
bring in players with personalities that
you'll be able to deal with. So it's like, okay, cool. So we've changed, or we've manipulated that Edu side of things. I'm like, do we need to manipulate the manager side of things? But I'm like, maybe no, but we don't. But do we? And then I go to the 5.5 seasons and I look at what's happened and I look at how close we've got to, like the way Liverpool was running away with it. I'm thinking that was Arsenal once upon a time. But the difference is I have so much faith that Liverpool's crossing that line. Like there's not a part of me that thinks they're not. Whereas with Arsenal in 2022, 2023, if you recall, I was really like tentative, like it's not over still. I said, when there's 10 games left, then I'll stop. But really, it's not like I actually believed. I just said I had to because you lot kept forcing me.
Yeah, it's different because Arsenal coming from a different place. Arsenal coming from 8th to now.
No, that's what I was going to say. So in terms of overall, I think a lot of people were saying Raya was probably your best player in that game, which a lot of people would agree with.
Up there with Rice.
Exactly.
Declan Rice was probably.
But then my question to you would be, obviously against the Man United team that some say probably not the best. Where are Arsenal now though? Where are Arsenal? So in terms of you're at that point where you feel like you've got a good team, your manager's in place, you've got the structure, but you're still not beating a Man United team that obviously I don't think are in a great place. They obviously got on a bad run. Look at their league position. Well, I'm struggling to find how Arsenal are trying to get over the line and they're still not doing it.
What I think Manchester United fans do, and you lot do this pretty well, you like to feel sorry for yourselves and you like to do this victimhood mentality and act like you guys are Burnley all of a sudden. You're still Manchester United. And
I know that.
And with the players you have, there's no way you should be 14th or 15th. So what happens is when you play teams like Arsenal and whatnot, you guys remember yourselves. And then we start playing at actual Manchester United. So I don't look at it as, wow, how comes you couldn't beat? Because you guys, like I said last week, it's going to be a tough game, especially at Old Trafford. If you guys play like that throughout the whole season, you're nowhere near 14th to 15th. You're more so having form similar to Nottingham Forest.
They didn't play well though.
But you know what it is? I hear you. They're not a great team, but sometimes you know when you know that phrase that we will say, like know your boys, understand your limitations. When you know your limitations and you're at your best because you know what you're not good at. So if you know what you're not good at, you're not going to go into a realm whereby you're going to expose your flaws, whatnot. So if Manchester United are going into a game and they're like, all right, have the ball. I don't need to try and outplay you guys. Have it. 67% possession. Cool, wicked, safe. Cool. But then when it's all said and done, 6 shots on target, 6 shots on target. You even had higher expected goals, whatever that stupid stat
But
means.
what do you think was different between in this game versus the game in the FA Cup?
There wasn't much difference. But I feel like in this game, in this particular game, I was trying to explain it off air. It felt like Manchester United had tweaked something whereby it wasn't like, so you're looking at Casemiro, Eriksen, Lindelof in your team, and you're thinking, Arsenal are gonna be real Birdman rubbing their hands, but then it's like, for some reason, the game's slow enough for these guys.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
The pace of it wasn't as
Yeah.
quick
I was
as a
going to say,
normal.
because everyone could see that the midfield was going to be overrun.
Yeah, but and Casemiro is putting up the most tackles like that anyone's done in the Prem so far. So all of a sudden, Casemiro's looking like a world beater. But it's like, how? You know what I mean? So I don't know what the tweak was, but what he ever done, he tweaked something whereby it just suited Manchester United. It's like he finally understood his limitations, and then it's like when he comes out and says, it's like he's almost apologizing for going against his own philosophy in his interview. He's like, "Yo,
I heard that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?" Like,
but to be fair, you also have to credit him a little bit as well, because for the most part, since he's been at Manchester United, the whole conversation has been like, he's too stubborn. He's trying to play his same formation they did at Sporting and bring it into the Prem. It's not going to work. This, that, and the third. And finally, it felt like the penny sort of dropped in that game. And he was like, no, I'm going to make a little tactical switch here. Now, we don't know specifically what he did, but he's obviously said to the midfield, you need to either get closer or whatever. And it's had an effect. And I think at that point, you have to give him a little bit of credit for that.
Okay.
All right, so I just wanted to ask about Lenny Yora. He was man of the match, according to some outlets and platforms like
For yesterday?
Yeah. Highest rating on
For the game or
Flash
for man and match for Man United.
This guy didn't watch the game.
Bro, no, I'm sure
he came on for half time.
Bro, on Flash Score, he's got 7.6, bro. I'm telling you, Flash Score, you got 7.6.
I went injured.
Yeah, I think he got injured, bro. Half time.
I think he probably, before that, I think it's because his stats were all good. If they're
7.6, highest rated on the
Yeah,
pitch.
but if you're doing
That's
5-yard
why you can't be
passes and you're
following those
100%.
things.
No, I'm saying that, but
completion
what
rate,
was you saying? Was he good though? Like, because
because-
it's very rare that you see like somebody in the back three gets.
Well, I think Aiden Heaven got more freaking headlines.
Because I saw when
Yeah,
Aiden
he
Heaven
did,
came on and he looked decent as well.
Yeah,
bro.
he looked really good.
So what?
This guy was trying to freaking rally up the United fans like he wasn't trading.
No, but what did as well?
Yeah,
What do
that's
you
what
want
he
him to
did.
do though?
And
What do you want him to do? You want him to live at? Do you know what I mean?
Shibes, I'm a Man United fan, and I can't lie. That guy can play good basketball as well. Did you see where it came off
Oh, the
both of his
handball.
hands?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Bro, he was playing basketball,
I'm
bro.
not gonna lie to you. I thought that was a penalty, but there wasn't much said about it. But I suppose it never is. To be fair.
No, I'm
But,
feeling, man. This thing.
but to answer-
I told you, don't follow this.
This thing chat embarrassing.
But to answer your question, Dre, because I went off on a tangent in regards to where Arsenal are as a team. Joey said it, mate. It's make or break for me. So yes, we've had some injuries and stuff like that. That has to be acknowledged. But the way I look at it, Jorginho, Partey, we're probably going to need to move them on. Trossard,
This summer.
I think
Yeah, one of them.
I think so.
Both of them, man. If I'm being honest.
Yeah,
Jorginho
and
might stay there.
Trossard, he's good, whatnot, but he's at that age where it's like, if we're going to get a return on him, it's going to have to be this summer. Yeah. Or maybe we keep him and then what do we do with Martinelli? But Martinelli's a little bit too young. And like I told you at the top of the show, I'm a fan of Martinelli. So out of the two, you're maybe looking at Trossard.
Nah, they're both staying, man.
Maybe. But I'm thinking you need to,
Nwaneri will be
if you want to improve your team, I think you want to be looking at someone on the left for Arsenal. We've unearthed Ethan where he looks like he can do the Odegaard role or the Saka role. So that's we've landed on our feet there. MLS, we've landed on our feet there. But then Zinni, we probably might look at moving him on. Tierney, we're looking at probably moving him on. We still need to replace Nketiah. We still need to replace Jesus. So I don't know. That could be like 6-7 signings.
No, you lot will keep Trossard and you'll keep Martinelli and Trossard because you lot can't afford to lose any more attackers.
Yeah,
But you definitely need to bring in another two.
Yeah, but I'm saying that we need to bring in quite a few players, in my opinion, because yes, we've got our core almost sorted out, but then even with our core, it's contract extension time because after this year, we're talking about it's maybe 2 years or so left. So we're at that, it's real make or break. Like what we do we can't afford the transfer windows we had in the winter and summer just gone. What we do in this summer will determine whether we can take advantage because I envision Liverpool potentially dropping off depending on what happens with VVD, Salah and Trent. Yeah. And because if they don't...
Even if Salah says, I think he drops off in next year.
No.
He's not going to... When I say drop off, I don't mean he's going to drop off like...
He'll go back to where he had the season before.
Probably or even worse.
Either way, man, it doesn't matter. That guy, he's proven. He don't need to show up. And then he still scores, assists.
It's not about proving anymore. It's about what you have going into that season.
Yeah,
so I feel like his level's going to drop whether he stays or not.
But I was going to put it to Matty quickly. I know you were talking about contracts. Mainoo's coming up. His name a lot.
This is
They're
a
saying
madness, bro.
180k.
This is
He
I
wants-
don't know if
180K
I don't know if
he
that's
wants.
true or not, but yeah, go on.
apparently he's going to turn it. We're going to turn it down. I don't know.
Well, that's what he wants.
Yes, what he wants. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I can see both sides of the coin here, right?
Really?
Because I can see it from a Mainoo perspective. And I was telling Strives or Drayman before we started, like, you got to think, Man United's whole, almost like some of their USP is we develop academy players or academy players are coming through, right? From the club. And if you have that as a USP for the last 20, 30 years, if I'm Mainoo, I'm going in that contract negotiation, and bearing in mind we've moved off Rashford, we've moved off McTominay. I'm sitting in there going, I'm the man now. 6 months ago, everyone was talking about me in the England squad. I was playing all these matches. I want my money.
Yeah.
But then from a Man United perspective, they're thinking, well, what's your value? What's your value right now? Like, they're probably looking around going, maybe 70 million for Mainoo potentially? You think?
Probably even less.
Maybe max. Let's say max 70 million.
What's he on now?
I think he's on like 20,
20
grand.
or
I
25.
think
Yeah.
Who's putting all this information out?
That's what I want to know. Man.
Yeah,
'Cause I think
what
it's a
about-
bit fake still,
A
man.
lot of all this stuff is reports. of
So
Mainoo.
apparently,
Yeah.
like, it's coming from his agent or
Yeah, it
whatever,
must
and they're
be.
trying to say
Which doesn't
like
surprise you.
it's
Yeah.
basically it's not 180, it's more like 150 or something like
It's
that.
a negotiation tactic.
But
Yeah.
my thing is, bro, you got 2 years on your contract plus an extension, bro.
Yeah.
So
Why?
up to 3 years. Even.
Why? Like, you should be taking whatever Man United offer you if you want to stay at the club.
Yeah.
If you don't want to stay at the club, then you have to.
I
Get
think
the
that's
contract
what it's
right
going
now.
to prove it, because I think that's the thing now. They want players that want to be there.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not. The money is there.
He
Yeah,
can't be on.
it's-
He can't be on 20, 25.
Why not?
No, but I'm not saying 25 a week, but Douglas on 30 or 40 a week.
Yeah. So I don't understand why, man, because I heard that as well. But it's like you had a decent season that last season, but
For me, he's not
He's
done
still-
it.
like-
Like,
like
you've
the
got
rest of
to
the season,
warrant
you haven't-
180K.
you haven't really done much.
Wow.
This season.
But
What's
Mainoo-
Chile one?
40.
But come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
I
I hear that.
mean,
I don't really know
No,
what he's on. To
No,
be
but
honest. I know he came from.
I know he's on 40, but I hear that because they're trying to get Chido into the club. Bro, you're already here.
And that's why you've made it. You fuck shit up, because if a new kid who's only 16, 17 coming to my club and he's earning more than me,
But you shouldn't have signed a 5-year contract, bro.
no,
on
but at the end of the
25K,
day,
because you're still here for.
we're in negotiations now, isn't it? So
No, they're not.
Some,
they're not.
it says some reports have
Yeah,
spread
that's what
about
I'm thinking.
30k a week,
Because
up
when
to
I say-
30k.
but they're talking of negotiation. Whether he started or they started, there's someone
Agency,
talking,
yeah.
So of course I'm not gonna. You think I'm gonna what?
Yeah,
get
but Della, let me put
50
it.
when
Let me
my
put
guy's
it
on
to you.
40.
If it's like Chido's on 30, okay, Mainoo's on 20, he's like, nah, guys, come on, you need to. Bro, he's not even doubled it. He's not even tripled it. He's like,
No,
at
I
what
hear
point do you go?
Yeah.
Come on, it needs to be reasonable.
And we know sometimes when you're on
But what did
Virgin,
Chido go from though?
Hmm?
What did
Yeah,
Chido
what
go
was Chido
from?
want at Arsenal?
He tripled or whatever quadrupled.
Yeah, but
so,
they-
so that's
But
what I'm saying.
different because
That's
it's a
what you're
free
saying.
But you see,
But the
you know-
thing
you
is,
know
Man
when you're on
United had more in the long term. They're probably thinking that 30k that we're paying him, even if he doesn't turn out to be good, we'll probably sell him for like 20 million.
That's what
We've
I'm
made our
saying.
money.
Exactly, bro. So like, there's more value in selling them because of the PSR thing as
Exactly.
well. So that's why like, I don't really understand his negotiation point.
I
And
think
it's not had a great season.
I
this
think it's
season,
what
bro.
Manchester United represent as well. If you think about it, what's your lot's thing called? Carrington? Is it Carrington?
Carrington.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you got Rooney that's come out from there. I think-
No, not
is it- no,
Rooney.
Bruno.
Yeah, really
but-
don't come out.
no, he didn't.
Rashford
He went
from
from
Everton.
thinking Rashford, sorry,
Mm.
but Rooney obviously
Class of
came when he was
92.
young, innit?
Yeah.
Whatnot. So it's just class of 92. And if you think about the nucleus, the DNA of your club, you always kind of like, even Rooney. I know Rooney's not from Carrington, but your captaincies and who you base your club around always kind of is that home product, that English prototype, so to speak, kind of thing. And with Rashford looking like he's out the door, who's
Who's going to step up?
Yeah.
So it is Mainoo. Mainoo is the one. He was their PR monster. You know what I mean? He, like Matty said, like England team.
I don't disagree with that, but
And although we might look at it and we might say, oh, but he's not playing the greats as whatnot, but he is their candlelight in that midfield.
what's his specialty?
Remember, I said that he's probably on the same level as Sambi Lokonga, so you're asking the wrong dude.
No, that's what I'm saying. So like, what do you think his
I'll be
specialty?
honest with you.
No, 100%, bro.
I hate that description every time because I heard you say that last time, and I actually hate it every time. I think he's good at moving the ball very quickly. He's good at
Good dribbler.
Good
as well.
dribbler. I don't think he's the best dribbler. He's a good dribbler in tight spaces.
Good retention.
Good ball retention.
Yeah.
He keeps the ball moving, and sometimes you just need that glue between defense and attack. And I do believe at times, and we've seen it from when he played for England, he can do that very well. He does the dirty stuff well, and sometimes a lot of the time that's not That's not spoken about enough.
Yeah.
Bro, I just every time I think of Mainoo, I just think of him like looking like he's out of breath, bro. Like dropping back. Like, is that something?
Speed is not his.
Speed
No,
is
no,
not
his
his.
speed. I'm just saying, like his
fitness.
Yes,
Yeah.
his stamina is just very low, and I'm just thinking, like, if you want to build a team, and for me, Man United don't need worldies, or they don't even need that great players. They just need like solid
Solid
But that's
players.
a 7 out of 10.
But that is it.
No, hang on, but I'm saying, but you don't need them at 180 grand.
No,
a week.
exactly. That's my
Can I
point.
ask a question here? If Chelsea went and bought him,
Yeah, he's getting it.
and paid, yeah, exactly.
100%
That's
he's
my
getting
thing.
that. But then what?
Yeah, they pay
So
that.
would
much.
anyone blink twice? At him
No,
getting
no,
180
no,
grand?
Chelsea are
Chelsea
taking
are a
Sancho
mess
off
right
us.
now.
Yeah,
They're a
they
mess
don't
right
know
No,
now.
but
what
at
they're
the same
doing.
time, you have to understand that this contract that he's whether he's negotiating for it now, he's probably going to be on it for what, a period of time.
Maybe about 3 years. About 3 years.
3 years. Because
Yes.
they obviously negotiate
2
early. He's
years
already
plus the one
negotiating
extra.
now,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah.
And he's got 2
Yeah,
years
like he's
left.
only just signed a contract the other day and he
Yeah.
wants a new contract.
Yeah, so but if I imagine
2 to 3 years.
I imagine if you sign a contract now, they'll probably do it for 5 years. So he'll probably renew in 3 years.
Yeah. Anyway,
so,
time's
so
against
he'll
us.
be on that for
But-
that period of time.
I was going to put it to Strives as well. Obviously, we're talking about Mainoo. Obviously, United have got Chido. We've got Heaven as well. Is it interesting, obviously, that you got striker problems? You're playing Mourinho up front. This guy, would he have probably stepped up or would he have just been overlooked by Arteta?
I remember we had this conversation and I was arguing that I felt like he probably had a pathway in. Remember we was arguing and I was trying to argue that actually there would be a pathway for Arsenal. So as much as I do feel like maybe he could have featured, at times I can't call what Arteta's going to do. Like he could probably still play Mourinho and have him there.
I think he would still be on the bench or not even in your squad.
Arteta's very capable of doing that.
Yeah.
But that being said, I mean, you have to give credit to him because Ethan, yes, it's circumstantial, but Ethan is still playing a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
MLS is still playing.
How do you think he did?
A lot of minutes. Ethan,
because like you said
He's
he was
70.
like you said he was like Messi the other day. So
no,
He's
I
17.
didn't say that.
It's going to be up and
I
down.
didn't say that.
But it was Joko.
Thank you. Because that's what these lot tried to do.
Shaz wouldn't be that silly to say something ridiculous like that.
okay,
No,
you
you'd
say
have been
he's
crazy, bro.
okay. He's been touted to the new Messi.
It's not. Why would it have been crazy if a professional football player is
No, if you said
saying
it.
it? If I said it.
Yeah, that's what you said. You'd have been crazy.
But
if
he
you
was
said
ringing that trumpet though.
Oh.
That's my point.
Like if you look at all his comparables and stuff, you see him compared to your Lamine Yamal and all that stuff. It all matches up. However,
Do you put him in that same category?
he's still 17 years old.
Do you still put him in the category?
What, as in a wonder kid? Yes, I do.
No.
He's definitely
That's
one-
what he said.
No,
That's what
Yeah.
He said, do you still
No,
put him
do
in
you
that
put him
same
in the
category? What
category
category
of-
is it?
of-
What category is it?
Yamal is not wonder
Is he
kid.
a wonder kid?
Yamal's not
Is he
wonder
a wonder
kid.
kid?
Yamal's above
Is he
wonder
a
kid
wonder
because
kid?
he's achieved it,
So
innit?
now you want to make a new category for your agenda.
But
Is he a
So
wonder
what's
kid?
the
Ethan-
If he's a wonder kid.
What is he?
Is even a wonder kid
No,
and
what's
is
Lamau?
Yamal
What's
a wonder
Lamau
kid?
if he's not a wonder kid?
Lamau is somebody who has delivered the
He's
wonder.
An international.
He's delivered. He's won the Euros.
Okay, I've
He's-
been
yeah,
never
he's
asked
a wonder
is he a
kid.
wonder
He's won a
kid?
Wait. No, I think he's above a wonder kid.
So what's above a wonder kid?
This guy just...
Yeah,
shut
We need to get a pyramid going because
No,
I think
let
we've
me
lost
just
track.
say that them two are not on the same level, though.
Okay, so where do you put Nwaneri?
No, I'm asking. I'm asking.
No, where do you put him there? Where do you put Nwaneri?
He's been described as a generational talent.
So is he?
It's
It's too early.
I like him. I like him a lot, man. But you know, it's dangerous when Arsenal. I don't want to put this pressure on him because I like him, man. He's an Igbo guy, bro. I don't want to
I get that. I understand
But
that.
I don't put him in the
He
same
is a
category.
wonder.
I don't put him in the same category as Yamal because obviously Yamal's delivered on
what's the
the
category?
biggest stage.
Yeah, he has.
Huh?
I get what Joey
But
said.
No,
they're
no,
both wonder kids.
No, but we know there's a difference between Yamal and Thingy. So
Yeah, we
it's
do,
like
we
saying
do.
Because one played.
it's like saying like Endo and Thingy. They're both Japanese.
But you know,
but
the
there's difference.
the difference is experience.
Sorry.
That was crazy.
No.
But it was but no, what was I gonna say to you?
You get what I'm
Experience.
saying, though.
Yeah, but it's experience.
Yeah,
Obviously,
exactly.
he's
And
played at.
delivering.
Yeah,
They're saying
exactly.
it'll come with
Ethan is
time.
delivering though.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, and if Ethan, like, because obviously there's talks about him maybe going to being in the England squad. I think they're going to be
Bro, they
announcing
should
it on
stop that.
Thursday
Yeah,
and whatnot.
Yeah.
If he does play there and he starts delivering, then we can maybe progress the conversation. But from what we're seeing now, I mean, I don't think anyone can call me unreasonable for categorizing him as a wonder kid.
Is Ethan better than Curtis Jones? In terms of,
It's a different position.
Of course, it's different positions, but I'm just but you can still compare though.
I don't care.
Yeah. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Is he better than? Obviously, he's better than Garnacho. That's
bro. Like, come on, man. That's
yeah.
It's unfair to make these comparisons.
Yeah.
No, why?
Let's see a bit more of him. Let's see a bit more of him.
I think it's too
Until
early.
he stinks it out.
Give him longevity.
Joe man tried to, because obviously he's
No, it's unfair.
Nwaneri, like he didn't like he had bare zeros in terms of
he did.
in terms of his stats, but
He's 17, man.
You can't judge him on one.
He's 17, and then if you watch the game, to see the context of the game, you understand.
Why does it matter if he's 17 though? Because if you're
No, one thing he's going to have inconsistencies.
Not all 17-years have inconsistencies.
But they do.
All right,
I don't know if Yamal does.
Do you watch La Liga week in, week out?
I don't. When I watch Yamal,
exactly when you watch it. When you watch it. But if you don't watch it week in, week out, it's like
I don't watch him every time.
If you don't watch it week in, week out, then it's difficult for us to say he doesn't have inconsistency.
I don't watch Ethan.
Most 17-year-olds have inconsistency in their game. It's okay.
I agree.
And that's fair.
But Yamal doesn't, is my point.
Before I go, did you guys also see Arteta when they asked him about the question?
Why did he behave like that? Is it just frustration?
Matty, have you ever come second 3 years in a row?
No, I don't. It's just it must be purely be the frustration. Right?
He must be pissed, right?
The ops got the drop on him, innit? He realized sometimes when you know it's on, it's on. You can't hang around, bro. You gotta get out of there. I don't know, bro. I can't lie to you. When it happened in real time, I was baffled.
So quick.
I was so baffled. I said, "Rah, he's rattled."
Bro.
But then when I watched it back, honestly, you can send it to me now. And then in 15 minutes, send it to me again. Every time I see that clip, I'm crying. I don't know what happened to
bro.
me.
he moved quicker than your cat, bro.
Fam,
He was in one shot. The next,
bro. And the cameraman was thinking, otherwise they'll sit in the background.
They don't want to get rid of the hoardings in the back. They're like, no, we're paying for this one.
Wow. I'm freaking down. No, man, no. Honestly, he's stressed, man.
Yeah, he's stressed.
He's stressed.
But what's he stressed about though? I don't get it.
I think it's just being tired of being asked the same question week in, week out. Are you still in the time? I'm just saying.
Like, how many times has Arne Slot been asked about Virgil?
You're in a positive position. That's different.
He's in a positive position according to all the pundits.
Arsenal not in a positive position.
They're in a positive position. They're second in the league.
No, but you don't go from. I think there was maybe within 5 games, I think there was a potential that Arsenal had been 2 points behind Liverpool.
I don't know.
Now they're 15 points behind Liverpool. So of course,
it's a big gap. It's a big gap.
Big gap.
But quickly, let's move on from this game. So Matty, United have got Real Sociedad, Leicester away, then Nottingham Forest. What do you think?
I'll be honest with you. If we play like we did in the second half against Arsenal on Thursday against Real Sociedad, I'm confident that we'll go through.
But why didn't you do that in the first and second half last week? Against Real Sociedad.
Do you know what? Against Sociedad in the first and second, I actually thought we had a lot of control. I thought we had a lot of control in that game.
Who was whipping those balls in, bro? There was one, they've done it twice, bro, for United, bro, in the Sociedad game, and I think it was Hoyland that missed the chance.
Was it Dalla?
Yeah, it must be Dalla.
Dalla. He's the only one. Him or Dorgu are the only ones that can whip balls in.
Oh yeah, Dorgu had a good game in that. Actually.
Yeah. So I do think we'll have a little bit too much for. That sounds crazy, saying that we're gonna have too much for Sociedad. I do think that we'll get through Sociedad. And if Ruben keeps his, I think he's just got to be a little bit more flexible with his tactics, and he'll be all right. I think we'll play against Leicester. I do think we'll get the result against Leicester, and then you said we got Forest away.
Yeah,
that'd be tough.
Yeah, that might be revert back to his low block tactics.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing.
Low block v low block.
No, Forest don't do low block.
Forest
at home.
Yeah. Not really at home, to be fair.
This weekend I thought they played pretty well.
But they will counter. They won't counterattack you, but they do counterattack.
And then Strives, Arsenal, PSV, obviously. That probably a chance for you to maybe rest a couple of players?
Yeah, man. I want to see a couple of I even want to see that Nathan Butler, Yedeji guy, man. I want to see him just get a little bit of run out. But I want to see Sterling.
Because I didn't touch on Sterling, but I think my fault is
I think he might. I think he's getting into the realms where he's got a faking injury now.
Oh damn!
It's getting a bit embarrassing.
Yeah.
Man.
Would you expect him to see him come on the game?
We're bringing on Kieran Tierney.
Yeah.
But is he bringing him on because? Remember what I
said
said before?
The message to the board, bro.
No, but I'm saying I've said this before. I'm not sure what he does for Arsenal. Like when he plays, I'm not really sure what he's giving you. I'm not really sure if he's even direct anymore. I don't think he's even got the confidence to be direct anymore. So Arteta's probably looked at him and gone, you know what are you actually going to bring to this game?
His confidence has been shot. Like after that one game that he had against, was it Leicester?
Yeah.
And then after that, you now brought in Marino. Like, bro, what do you want me to do?
But his confidence is shot because he's played and he's not delivering.
No, but you need to get rhythm. And that was his opportunity to give him rhythm. But Arteta, he had one bad game.
Okay, let's just say he brought him on and it was what we've seen before. What would you give?
You still got to give him, like, players need rhythm. They need game time. So even on Wednesday, you hope he starts him.
Oh, start Wednesday,
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't start him. Like, he needs a run of games.
I think he will definitely start him on Wednesday.
But you see, in terms of squad management, how, like, obviously, like, Pep's done it before, Jurgen Klopp's done it before, and whoever's won the league's done it before. How do you keep somebody like Sterling sharp for these games where you're going to need him? Because you need every member in your squad.
But you do
so like having a Tierney, that bringing on the Tierney, it's not good enough, is it?
What, good enough from the manager or?
Yeah, because like, what's the point of him being here? Like, maybe he's not delivering, but as you said, you need a run of games. So like, how is he supposed to ever become anything if that's the case?
True.
I'll be honest with you, that's one thing I'll probably criticise Arteta for. I think sometimes his management of players are giving them game time. It's not enough. It's like he'll play with the same squad, and when he's at the bare bones, when he's got to the bare bones, that's when it's like, I need you, and then go.
Yeah,
bruv, I haven't played for about 20 games, and you want to like. I can't do that. And that's what's happening with Sterling now. He should have been having game time, even if it's just like 10 minutes here and there.
And you don't think there's any credence in what Dre's saying, and maybe like he just doesn't have it anymore?
He might not have it anymore.
Maybe.
He may not have it anymore, but I think to Della's point, you're not helping the cause by like freezing him out to leaving him in the freezing cold.
And you've signed him as well as a loan. You're paying half his wages, so you might as well see what you, especially like you said, the attacking sense.
At this point, Arteta's probably saying it was a mistake.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think that's probably again so that's probably why we're seeing him run off the screen as well, because when you're being asked these questions and stuff like that, you know, it's uncomfortable questions. It's uncomfortable. I put it in the group, like, after 28 games, we've got less points than Unai did in his debut season.
Yeah, I remember you said.
Now, I was arguing with B-Man this like real early, like 5 a.m. this morning, arguing with him about this.
Mad.
Like, so I imagine I wake up to work out and I spend an hour arguing this fool. But he's going, what's the point of that? What are you trying to say? Do you want Unai Emery back? I'm like, no, it's not that. Like, calm down, you know, keep your knickers on, mate. All I'm saying is, because as trade, like if you trade or when you're trading, you use past trends.
Of course.
Yeah, to predict future, you know, to be able to
kind of see a trend or to see a pattern.
Exactly. So to project what's going to happen in the future, so to speak. Now, I'm not saying that is what's going to happen in the future, but in that season, we ended up finishing 5th, the point off the top 4. I think we got 70 points or so.
Yeah.
And it's just showing, okay, cool. Like, are we on that trajectory to maybe have a similar kind of finish? Our form is poor. You know, when we ain't really got any momentum in the Prem, we're still, we want to now probably compete for Champions League. It's just maybe it's looking like, like, maybe forget about Liverpool for now.
Yeah.
We're in a top 4 battle. But I've been telling you.
Everyone forgot about Liverpool.
But that's the thing. You got Chelsea. Chelsea and Fulham next. Yeah, we've got at home.
And are we guaranteed to? Are we guaranteed? Fulham's our bogey team. Chelsea, you'd expect to beat Chelsea. We have done in the past, but with the form that we're in now, you know. So when I'm putting that out there, obviously, you know, I'm getting daggers by a couple of Arsenal fans, but it's a real question.
Well, are you getting daggers because you just thrown it in there without explaining what you just explained?
No, but I'm explaining it, but they just want to fight.
Would you call them guys that fighting?
Yeah, I've been calling them Arteta sexuals, bro. Or happy to be here FC. They're not happy. Like, even Big Dog, he wanted to fight me earlier.
I saw that. I did think it was a bit pointless. So.
I get why you would think it's pointless, but it's just like, imagine
the context is very different to the Emery season. This is a team where Arsenal haven't had an attack for like this whole second half of the season, so they're gonna fall off.
You sound just like them.
No, but that's the truth. It's facts.
We got to move on a bit anyway.
No, but you're right there. But you know what? Also, we forget to note is that the context also didn't favour Unai Emery in that debut season, because he was that was probably the most pressurised line. That was the most pressurised environment to ever join Arsenal. Like trying to come after Arsene Wenger, and then it was the most toxic Arsenal had ever been as well, whatnot. And then on top
That's the same environment that Arteta came
No,
into.
it's different. So it's not saying, I'm not saying that it's the same environment, but I'm saying there's context that, I'll say the context favours Arteta.
Yeah.
Arteta's had 5.5 years and seasons to build a team. Ironically, rebuilding the team that he took over from Emery, so to speak. So with that rebuild, whatnot, and at this moment when the project's meant to go boom, like he keeps telling us, first, I've watched an interview where you told me you're still in phase 4. What? Excuse me, you're stage 4. Wow, cool.
So this season he said that.
He said that a couple of days ago. All right, cool, mate. Phase 4, yeah, sweet. So then you're in your phase 4 where everything's about to go boom, what have you not. I'm looking at you putting up a particular point, a point tally, which is reminiscent and. In fact, less
of the manager that you replaced.
Of the manager that you replaced 5 years ago, or however many years ago. And I get the context different. The context different. But what I'm saying is, like I said, you're using trends to predict.
What you're saying, it
stuff.
sounds small, but come on, bro. If you apply context, that season, did Emery finish 5th?
Finished fifth.
And did he get sacked?
No, he got half a season after.
Yes, so you're saying I should have half a season next
No,
season?
I'm just saying
that. What's the point of this thing that you just said?
So you see, even what you just said there. Again, it doesn't favour. It favours Arteta because Arteta was. Guess what the most important. Guess what the most valuable asset is in football management? Time. Yeah. Arteta's been afforded loads of it. Emery got 1.5 seasons.
To beat man's point, where you go? What do you want?
Are you basically trying to say?
He's saying that. I'm just to see results.
Yeah,
I'm just saying we've been going forward, up, and then in the season when we're meant to go bang.
What happened this season? The context that you need to apply.
That the team that misfired, didn't it?
I know what he wants to say. He wants to talk about VAR, red cards, and all that stuff, injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you played Curtis, Harvey Elliott on the right, Sabazalai up front, and Diaz, how confident would you be going into games?
Not very confident.
There we go. That's what Arsenal are doing right now.
What do you think you would do about it if you was in that position in December and the win?
But that's the thing.
Thank you very much.
But that's a different point, though, Strav. Do you think Arteta didn't want to play her?
I don't know, Sam. I don't know.
Exactly. So that's it's a different argument. We don't know what happened behind there.
But he should be saying yes to that question, though.
What?
To that question you asked. His answer should be yes.
And I don't know because the communication.
That's fine. We can ignore that because we don't know. But that's the example I said. Say if Liverpool had to go with what that team I said, it wouldn't be favourable. So when you're saying, "Are we falling off?" Yeah, there's context. That's what needs to be applied.
The thing is, I'm appreciating the context, and I'm not even saying that before. I'm just saying it's quite interesting that if I compare season 18-19 to this season. We're worse off in that season, but this is the rebuilt team. This is the team that's going to go back. And I know
I don't know what you're getting with the point.
We need to keep it moving anyway.
I'm just saying.
Maybe we can revisit this. I think.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I thought we were going to win the Premier League as far as all the pundits were saying.
When does your fan base?
I was the only one saying we weren't going to win the Premier League, but everyone else said we was going to win it. But why have I got 55?
Do you want Arteta out?
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, when before you move on, Joe, man, when does your fan base become toxic? If it's not already there at the moment.
No, it is.
No, it ain't. There's a section of what it is with our fan base here is there's a fan base here that Arteta's got a cult following. So there's a fan base here that swears by Arteta, irrespective of what he does. They'll even slander Thierry Henry for him. Yeah, I don't understand it. Yeah. And then there's a fan base that actually support Arsenal. Yeah. So I support Arsenal. Yeah. So for me, Arteta is a important cog, an important component. However, I'm not afraid to replace him if it's not working. So that's where I'm at. So I'll ask me at the end of the season. Let's see what I've got.
Yeah, because Amorim even said himself.
Arsenal going to go out in the Champions League. Arsenal probably going to finish top 4.
Whoa. I don't know why he's got
that. No. They're going to come. They're going to come against Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid.
Sorry, I thought you meant you were going to go out in the Champions League.
Yeah. So they probably won't go through. So your assessment of the season ain't going to change today or next week.
Because in Champions League, because it's a tournament, there is luck.
So you're saying
you guys haven't been.
But hold on, if we look at the trends and patterns from before, Arsenal ain't really.
So you can make an answer now.
Do you see how we can use that trend though to assess confidently that we're not going to win the Champions League based on the trend? But when I want to talk about trends,
I hear that.
I'm saying why wait to the end of the season when it's unlikely that
Sure.
nothing's really going to change.
Wow.
Guys,
So
you're not getting that soundbite out of me in this episode.
So get your answer now.
I'm just saying, you're not getting that out of me in this
What's the
episode.
question? Do you want Arteta out now, or
I'm just what I
you're
said.
going to wait till the summer?
Ask me at the end of the season.
Let's
I need to
keep-
see
let's-
what's going on, bro.
What do you think is going to go on?
I don't know. Liverpool could do a tremendous bottle job. I don't know. We might
Wow.
beat Real
Jay, let's
Madrid.
move on.
Who
Let's
knows?
move on to Liverpool
Who
anyway,
knows?
Joey. Let's move on.
said
Let's
we
move
might
on.
beat Real
Obviously,
Madrid.
it was
Who knows, though?
They could
we
do
might
Real
do.
Madrid.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to say, makes no difference.
right. So it was obviously Liverpool 3, Southampton 1. Nunez scored a goal, won a penalty after surviving VAR review. Let's just go straight into, obviously, you played PSG. You guys were a bit tired from that. You came away with a 1-0 win. But let's just go straight to this red card review. What did you think?
Nah, nothing to talk about here, bro.
No, never.
Keep it moving, bro. It's
No,
literally
so
like
yellow card.
fight-to-fight contact, and that was it, bro.
Yeah, okay. And so what do you think from, obviously, the PSG game going into this? Did you expect them to be tired from that game, obviously, because they were overrun a
Nah.
little bit, or not really?
No, I don't think we were overrun. I think we showed that resolute defensive display that Arsenal impressed me with last season when they were up against Man City and they showed that low back. I called it a hard back defense, total back, whatever. But yeah, I was impressed by it. Obviously, PSG were doing a madness. They were moving the ball well.
they
They
did
were
well.
but they didn't have a striker, man.
No, they didn't
have a
finish.
striker. Yeah. And obviously, Kavicha, he's sick. He's sick, bro. Like,
Sick, right?
I always like big up Gakpo for his ability to cut in and get the shot off. No matter what, this guy was getting shots off in between 3 or 4 players, bro.
Yeah.
So like, it's scary, and that's what I'm worried about in the next game. Obviously, Dembele was doing his like Black Sonic dribbling and all that kind of stuff. So he was like doing us up, but I wasn't really threatened by them. And I think
they might do it. Even though he's at Anfield, what's going to
no,
change?
they're definitely going to try and
Anfield,
do it again.
You think so?
Anfield.
Because
Anfield is different.
Anfield is different on the Champions
Yeah.
League.
It is different, but I'm not banking on it being different. And I don't think Slot is even going to bank on it being different as well. So I think they're going to do the same thing.
You don't think you're going to be more on the front foot, or you're
No,
going to
I think we will be. We potentially will be, but I don't think.
I don't think they'll give you a chance to be.
No, I don't. But I don't think so.
Wait, you don't think PSG will give Liverpool a chance?
Yeah, like,
No,
if you're going based on that game, because they had to
Probably-
almost
and
sacrifice.
guys,
what you have to remember, though,
McAllister,
we
you have
have-
to sacrifice McAllister and
Now, what you have to remember is that in the Man City game, they did the same thing where they had loads of time and pressure on the ball, and we gave them loads of time. So I think Slot, obviously, he wanted to control the game because that's what he said he wants to do when he came to Liverpool. But he was alright with letting them do what they were doing for a bit because we were very resolute defensively, and that's what I was most impressed with. Obviously, like Alisson,
they had chances there.
yeah, but having chances is different to having clear chances, bro. Like
Your keeper was on form that day, bro.
the 2 chances they had, I'll give them 2 chances. One where Dembele was in and goal and Alisson saved it, and then it went to another PSG guy and then they kicked it over or whatever. That's the one chance. I think it was Barcola that kicked it over. The other chance was when Kvaratskhelia dribbled through Konate and he got a deflection of Konate and Alisson saved it. All the other shots were shots from outside of the box and they weren't put into the far corners of the goal. So I'm putting money on Alisson to save those shots all day.
So what are you saying? The people that overrated Alisson's performance were just, they were wrong.
No, they overrated. No, sorry, they rated Alisson 8. Or was it 9? I think it was a 9.
Yeah.
It was rightfully so that it was a 9 because he did his job very, very well. And when he was called to do his job, he did his job. But at the same time, those shots weren't good enough. They weren't good enough to beat.
So
And
Alisson's performance
Alisson.
wasn't all that. Then.
No, I just said he did his job. When you do your job and you to a high standard, you deserve a high rating.
No, there were a lot of raving about his performance. And
Yeah, when the
people
people were talking about that, like I said, I don't think the shots that he was saving were actually that good. If you watch it, none of them were like
top corners.
None of them were picking
comfortable
corners.
for him.
And when you do your shooting training on the training ground, you're taught to hit corners, bro. If you watch any Man United video, Liverpool videos, you're watching. I don't got it. I don't got it, bro. I don't. But I'm expecting these strikers to have that, and none of them were doing that in it. And like Dembele's shooting was a bit off, but yeah. So when we came into the Southampton game, we saw the team sheet starting lineup. Everybody in my Liverpool group was like, "Why is Jota not on the team?" Like, do you know what I mean? We need him to get sharpness. We need him to get back. He needs a goal. All of that kind of stuff. Southampton's bottom of the league. Like, this is a guy who should be getting a goal. But then, flashback to the PSG game. Darwin Nunez. Obviously, there's beef between Darwin and Nunez and Slot. Remember when he criticised him when he missed that chance and he started playing a bit dead. So like, I was saying like, Slot has to reward him for doing the basics very, very well in that game, bro. Like, he had one chance in on goal, I think. Like, obviously, Salah's passing was a bit dead. But when he beat Marquinhos in the air, bro, like, Marquinhos should be like depressed with his performance, bro, because he shouldn't be losing that ball there. As a centre-back, you're supposed to command that. So he's put the ball down. Somebody said he handballed it, but whatever. And then he's ignored all his instincts to do what Darwin Nunez does and shoot from 30 yards, 35 yards.
Yeah.
And then he's taken time and he's laid it off to Harvey Elliott and he's got that goal from, what was it? 2 shots. I think we had 1 goal.
Yeah, literally.
So like, he has to be rewarded in that game for that performance. And then obviously he starts against Southampton. First half's a mess. Everybody's thinking Slots are full. This team selection is terrible. VVD is an idiot. How can he make that mistake with Alisson?
Yeah.
VVD always has a mistake when it's an important game. Martinelli pushing him into Arsenal. Like, everybody's like, I'm like, lads, calm down.
Southampton.
Bro. It's Southampton.
Remember you said it before. Remember when United were going to play you like, bro, come on, it's Southampton,
bro. Like, they can play good football, but they just don't have
They
any
did
of
all
the
right in the
ingredients.
first half against
Exactly.
you.
But they just don't have any of the ingredients. All the chances they had were, they had like a couple corners, bro. Like, I wasn't fazed by any of it. It was just a mistake, innit? So now, come to the game now, like, my boy's saying, bro, what are you talking about? You're clueless about football, bro. Top versus bottom is always the hardest fixture to prepare for mentality-wise. I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like,
Well, then keep blame Arsenal for underperforming then.
I know, I don't agree with that, though. I think that's nonsense, isn't it? But yeah, I'm thinking like, bro, what are you talking about, man? Like, top versus bottom, like, statistically speaking, that's a doozy, innit?
Yeah.
Like, so anyway, we come to the game, kick off, Nunez, bang, goal. 1 touch finish, innit? All good. Next penalty, goal. Salah, penalty, goal. Like, bro, boys. Like,
is there something in it? Because you lot have had more penalties awarded than anyone.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I
true.
think Salah scored more penalties, just penalties, than any Arsenal player has got a goal.
this season.
Huh?
Yeah. But I think he has the least. He has the highest goal contributions with the least amount of penalties on record. Something like that, anyway. But bro, this Japanese don. This is the second time I said Japan. Like, bro, he's done 2 handballs in the box against for us, bro.
Yeah, I saw something like that.
That's mad, bro. Like,
I saw something like that.
what, and I don't know if you
got
got
harsh though.
No, bro, he moved
Bro,
his
he
arm
got
to the
pushed.
ball. No, he didn't get pushed, bro.
He got pushed in the back, Joe.
Son, he got touched.
but-
Sorry, Della.
Yeah.
Sorry. He got touched. And
Guys, he got.
listen, wait, hang on.
I could see people be running and he gets touched.
Let me just say what happened
Yeah.
though. He got touched, yeah, and then he got pushed past the ball. But then what did he do with his arm, bro?
Yeah, I know.
You don't do that, bro. You move your arm to the ball. That's
Yeah, it was a bit
bro.
wild.
Yeah,
It was wild. It
the
was wild.
movement was unnatural. I saw some conspiracy theories from one of
Them
the
two were
Liverpool.
talking,
That's it. Apparently, yeah, like and then Slot used to manage him as well.
Yeah. Slot used to manage.
He used
Him
to
and
manage-
Endo were talking on the pitch
yeah.
before
I
kickoff.
was thinking, and you know where I heard that in my Gooners group actually.
Yeah.
They were saying, yeah, man, that's a conspiracy, man.
But
I was
do
thinking-
you see the sickness in your club, bro?
honestly, see me and my own fans.
Yeah.
I understand why you hate us. Bro.
Yeah,
I just don't know why you hate
That's
me.
so crazy. This is water under the bridge between me and you, bro. No, but yeah, it was just a comfortable performance for me, man. Like, I wasn't sweating at all, bro. Again, the only thing I'm a bit worried about is that if we had seen it out a bit earlier, then we can get players off the pitch.
Yeah, rest them up for the
PSG, man,
big
but-
game.
But honestly speaking, I'm expecting us to win that PSG game.
Comfortably.
No, I don't. You don't have to win games comfortably in the Champions League. You just have to win,
Just
man.
have to win.
Yeah. So like, I don't care about how we win it. I just need us to see it through, man. And then if I'm gonna be honest, really, really honest, even if we didn't win that game, I wouldn't really mind, man, because the goal for me was the Premier League. And now I'm chatting shit. The goal was fourth. And then when we saw that the guys next to us
You
were-
checked up, yeah?
No, the goal was fourth, innit? But then when I saw that the guys next to us were
Man City.
impotent.
Yeah.
No, not Man City.
Firing
Arsenal,
blanks.
bro.
Oh.
Yeah. Busting off
Damn.
blanks. Like, what are we going to do, bro? Like, the goal has to be the Premier League, innit? Silently, it was the Premier League. Obviously, when I wore my jacket, I wore my grills, I wore my sunglasses.
Wow.
That's when I announced to the world that it's over. It's over.
Fair
So,
dues.
but yeah, man, again, comfortable performance, man. And then, yeah, Salah just breaking records. I think he's matched Sergio
That's my whole
Aguero.
point. Salah didn't even have a good game again, and he still scored.
It's
Do
got
you know
two
how,
penalties.
how annoying that is?
No, but he's got 2 penalties, bro, man. So like, it could have been anybody if
for the numbers, bro.
Yeah, his numbers are crazy.
Stat pad.
It's actually mad.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like sometimes, yeah, like you would, like, you see, like earlier on, I was talking when I made the apology saying I shouldn't have been like talking garbage about the Carling Cup or the Carabao Cup, because I can see how a winning that can be momentum for the rest of the league.
Springboard.
Bro, like, you don't even need the springboard, bro. You've
Yeah.
won the
No,
league.
no,
You've
no.
won the league before the freaking Carabao Cup final, man.
That's
But is
That's
that
crazy.
because the Carabao Cup final was late this?
I
Because
don't-
usually it's in February,
is it late?
I
think it is. I think
I
it's
was
a
thinking,
little
how
bit
have you
late. I
wrapped
think
it up
it's a
so
few
early?
weeks.
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
and the cup's not even been played.
Yeah, usually it's in February still, man. But
So what are you saying? Double this season, yeah? Minimum.
I'm triple, bro, man.
Oh, double?
Yeah.
What are you saying? Champions League?
I can't see why not, bro. I can't see why not, because like obviously the only scary thing is Real Madrid in the next round. After Real Madrid, maybe in
Hold
Milan.
on. Yeah.
Bayern?
What
Not
do you mean?
Bayern?
Nah, not Bayern.
No?
Why do you say
Nah,
just Real Madrid
definitely
like that?
not.
You're just writing off Arsenal.
You said that.
Wait, do you think you're getting past Aston Villa?
Yeah, of course, man, of course. Why would I back Aston Villa over Liverpool? Like on paper, we should be beating Aston Villa over 2 legs, innit? Like Real Madrid, and honestly speaking, on paper, we should be beating Arsenal over 2 legs in the Champions League if we were to play them.
To be fair, I probably agree with that if we're going by trends and
Champions
analysis.
League, yeah, exactly. But Real Madrid, again, that's our team. We beat them this season, but it's a different season. It's a different story when it comes
knockout.
to
Yeah.
Would a PSG game affect the game on Sunday? Or is it just regardless of the result, they need to pick themselves up for that final? Because I'm thinking, like Strive said, if PSG bring that same energy, you guys will be flat. I know you will have the crowd and everything like that, but let's say for him, you lose or win, but they give it their all, they're going into a final on the weekend, would they have the same energy or would they be a bit tired? Newcastle a bit more fired up?
So obviously, like some people are saying that Arsenal's guys and Man City's guys are knackered from all their challenges and titles, isn't it? Like obviously we were up there a bit, but we weren't really. We took a year off the year before. Last season we dropped off when we got our injuries as well. This is winning this game is what spurs you on for all your other games. Like obviously you're exhausted and all that kind of stuff, but it's the mentality.
Momentum.
You got to be a mentality monster, innit? So that momentum that Matty's saying, yeah, man, like you need all of those games. So like obviously we could lose against PSG and then maybe win against Newcastle, but I feel like if we beat PSG, then like Newcastle without what's his name?
Sorry, Gordon's not playing.
Gordon,
Gordon's
yeah.
not playing. I think
So
Botman's not playing. I think is it Lewis Hall?
Lewis Hall, that's it. Yeah.
That's a lot of
big losses for
losses.
It's a lot, man. But obviously the biggest issue, I don't really care about all those guys, if I'm going to be honest. Isak is the biggest pain in it. So he'll still be there. And I'm sure he's going to haunt 1 or 2 of our
Because
defenders.
Newcastle won 1-0 tonight, I think.
Or did they?
Yeah, 1-0 against West Ham. So rearing themselves up,
leader,
boy.
man. But
I think it'll be a good game. The
me
Carabao.
personally, like, obviously loads of people are saying that Newcastle deserve it. Obviously, you deserve what you get, if I'm going to be honest. But I kind of would like to see, if it wasn't Liverpool, then I'd like to see Newcastle win it. But it is what it is, man.
It's the second time in the
2 years.
3 years they're in the final.
Yeah. No, is it 3 years? I think we won it last
Because
year.
and then we
yeah.
beat them the year before.
Yeah.
Because we won it last year, bro. That's why I'm not too fussed about it. But I would like,
And you kind of got one hand in the Prem title already.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I would like to just get the trophies in, man. So,
Trophy in the bank. So if you had it in order, what would you say? Prem, Champions League, Carabao?
just Prem, if I'm going to be honest. You know?
Just Prem?
Yeah, I'll take anything else that comes to that.
Wow. This is a
No,
man
but
of
we're spot
confidence.
with Champions League, bro. We're spot for Champions League.
I get what he's talking about, man. He's like, I mean, I don't want to bait up Joey's age, man, but he's not seen Prem titles, man. Like, he's not been able to see it.
Why would you be baiting at my age, bro?
I'm not saying I don't know.
How old would you have to be to have seen Prem titles, bro? Skyler.
Like Arsenal was
you
like
have to
20
be like-
years
you have to
ago
be
when
like
he was like
70,
a
bro.
young chick.
You have to be like between 60 and 70 to see one of the Division 1 titles, bro.
Oh.
Fair enough, man.
And is it fair to say Southampton, they're already on the way out?
Oh, they're gone.
Yeah.
The less said about them, the better, man.
Fair enough. Liverpool just keep turning up. I don't really know what to say. I mean,
Yeah, man. Like, again,
I think at the end of the day, it's just grinding out the results. I think that's what you lot are good at and you guys know how to do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider that as grinding out results.
No, not that one, but I'm just saying in general.
PSG, for example, like that. Yeah, that's definitely the prime example of grinding out results.
You wouldn't say the Southampton game was grand at the result.
No, because again, like while I told everybody, guys, we're 1-0 down. Tune in, man. Come watch this game with my haters.
But as you said, right? Them bogey teams, or not bogey teams, but when you're top against bottom,
Joey knows Southampton.
I don't.
I know.
Yeah, because it's Southampton.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I was calling everyone to come see because I wanted you to like get tricked into coming to watch us smoke this team in it, or like somebody out there to maybe put some money on a double chance. Southampton.
And the Robertson told the ref to F off and he didn't get a yellow card. I remember. I just thought I'd point that out.
From my you started snitching your old age, bro.
How do you know you've done that?
Because I was watching and I could see like he was trying to get a corner and the referee said no, goal kick, and he went F off.
And it was a goal kick as well.
And he should have got a booking.
But yeah, no. Shout out to Slot, man. Again, I can't speak on it enough about how much of a madness he's done here. Like everybody like talking about him inheriting Klopp's team.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have you seen managers inherit teams and fuck it up? Excuse my French. How many times have you seen millionaires inherit money from their parents and fuck it up? Excuse my French. So,
I mean, you definitely have to.
Are you surprised? Sorry to interrupt you, Strav. Are you actually surprised at how?
Because I didn't know anything about him, so I always said like, because I have no indication of what he's done or what he's capable of doing, I'm just going to say fourth, because technically he should have been finishing fourth, lower than fourth, in my opinion.
Nonsense.
It would come into the Premier League and never been managing. But then now that I'm finding out more stuff about him, I'm finding out that this guy in the COVID season where everybody's trying to write off Liverpool's Premier League title, this guy was at RZ and tied on points with Ajax in his first season as a manager, inheriting somebody else's team.
As a manager?
As a first team manager.
Okay.
Firstly, because he was an assistant manager.
So what happened?
Before
Did it get cancelled, the league?
His whole season got written off, bro. So I think him and Ajax finished on 56 points. But that's crazy, bro. Man.
So I was trying to tell you, man. Like, when I was watching, because like I always tell you, man, there's credence in watching these preseason games, and what I was watching, that's why I was so confident he was gonna. I didn't think he was gonna win the league, but I was confident he was gonna finish above Arsenal. I didn't know Man City was gonna drop off like that, but I just could see the guy knew what he was doing, and Klopp left you in good shape.
He did.
He left you in good shape. So,
but does Slot winning the league? Does it devalue his achievement based on the fact that he did it with?
No, because it's just like Lee Gunner was calling for. Because I started watching Lee Gunner still, because buckets of entertainment. But like you need somebody to set a foundation sometimes, and maybe that's what Arteta. He's saying that's what Arteta is for the next manager. Slot has won. And setting a great foundation. Like they liken him to like Bill Shankly and.
But it doesn't devalue his prem.
Not at all. Not at all, man.
But would it be more interesting?
I was going to say that. Go for it, man. Land the punchline.
Take it away.
No, because so that means obviously then you wouldn't devalue Arteta's FA Cup because you're always on record devaluing his FA Cup winning it with Unai Emery's
How's
team.
that the same parallel? Explain that one to me, big boy.
Oh, you're still going to try and get out.
No, I want to know how you're going to explain it.
You're still going to try and get out of it.
Get out of what?
No, because you're just saying. So if Della's asked you, would your Premier League title be devalued because he's won it with Klopp's team? So you didn't disagree that it wasn't Klopp's team.
Yeah.
And then you said no, and you gave us your fancy reasoning.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, okay, cool. So then,
can I ask you a question?
You can do. Of course.
Did Arteta win half of the FA Cup before he left?
Sorry?
Oh, it's Arteta, yeah. So what did how many games did Klopp win for?
You just want
to... No. You asked me a question. I can't answer a question. Wait, let me finish.
Just put your hands up and say,
wait. How many games did Klopp win for Slot in this season? That's my question. Because it's not the same parallel, isn't it? I'm asking, that's the question.
Go on, Matty, say something.
No, I'm trying to listen to the question what Jules just said. How many games did
Klopp win for Slot in this season?
Oh, because you're saying he
came in halfway through the season and Arteta did some of the work. So...
Oh, so you're trying to...
No, I'm just telling the truth. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just telling the truth. Yeah, okay. What, have I said something wrong?
No, you haven't. We're just...
We just
find it interesting.
That's crazy. It's not the rest of the world. That's crazy.
Yeah. When I thought about it, actually kind of...
Yeah,
he made sense.
It was tangled up, but somehow he...
tangled out.
No, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not buying it.
Yo, can we get some AC in this?
Yeah. Good attempt though, man.
Oh, man.
But I don't really have. The only thing I was going to put to you, obviously, regardless what goes on this year with Liverpool, will it be interesting to see the acquisitions that Slot will probably bring in the summer?
Yeah.
And in the players he might probably let go. That would probably be more interesting.
No, I think we've kind of got... obviously, we don't know what's going on with Trent.
Yeah, VVD, Salah
the trio. But he's definitely said that we're making some big signings this summer. So I know there's definitely going to be a striker. I don't know what's going on with Nunez. I think maybe he's just trying to usher Nunez out of the club quietly. But he's just using his squad well, man. So all the reports are saying that Nunez is on his way out. Liverpool are front runners for Isak, but I can't see us spending £150 million on one player. I just can't see us doing that, man. Especially how well we spent the 150 million after selling Coutinho. It doesn't make sense us doing that.
Yeah, I saw that video you put in a group, how Liverpool runs its business with the transfers and the wages.
Yeah, so spending 150 million on a player, it's nonsensical, man. So I'm sure they'll figure something out, man. But he said, they've got their targets and they know exactly what they're doing. We've been linked with Kirikez, who would be my number one priority, to be completely honest.
What's your gut feel for the contract extensions or for the 3 players that are out of contract?
My recommendation is for Trent to leave. Okay. If I was his boy, I'm saying you got to go.
Yeah.
Salah should stay. Maybe 2-3 year contract because
I think Salah should. Honestly, that's crazy. I think Salah should just stay now.
Yeah,
I think he's built himself so much at that club as an icon now. You just see out your career there. I mean, maybe it seems a bit far-fetched to say that. But
I think VVD should stay and see out his career there as well, bro. I don't really see it. Maybe go back to Groningen or something. Go back to Holland.
But it makes sense for VVD to stay.
Yeah.
So where do you go after this? Maybe for Salah, you can go and earn your P's in Saudi and Trent and go to Real But VVD,
not VVD, he can go Saudi if he really wanted to.
Yeah, he could easily go.
But I think somebody like him, where you're a captain, you can stay until the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
And then just go back to your hometown club and enjoy a little football before you're done in it, man. But,
yeah. Right, let's move away from Liverpool then. Just quickly go through these other games. Nottingham Forest beat Man City. Hudson-Odoi's late winner.
I think we spoke about it last week. I was saying, Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest, they can cleanse Man City if they want to in the FA Cup, man. So, no surprises there at all.
No.
It was a good goal as well, actually. And Hudson-Odoi, I think he had a good chance even before that, I was going to say.
That was a good strike.
I think Ederson should have done better.
Yeah, 100%.
Did you watch Match of the Day?
No.
I think Joe Hart was saying if you watch again, he takes a slight touch, which will move it away from Alisson.
Maybe.
Speaking from a keeper's perspective. But.
Okay.
Maybe.
But what does this do for Pep, though? Is it just...
Good question, bro, because a lot of... Obviously, I don't know if I was speaking with you and other people, but I was saying I don't think they're going to be back next season.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Quite a few people were like, Man City, when they sign their players, blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure in it. Maybe if Rodri comes back in, and Rodri was the only thing they were missing this season. But
I think he's a massive part. And I think where Gonzalez looks quite decent. I think
he looked good.
I think him paired up with Rodri, I think that's a nice, good basis.
Security.
Yeah, good security. And then I think they've started some of their rebuild in the winter. And Man City, they're never shy to do business in the summer. So I don't expect them to have a similar. Are we saying that they're going to just become a top 4 team all of a sudden?
No, not a top 4 team, but I don't think they're going to have the same fear factor that they had. So where home or away, teams are going to be scared to play against them. I think there's been a massive paradigm shift in the Premier League. So all your Iriolas and who's another manager? Your Nuno. Not to say that he's going to be as good as he was next season, but these guys are coming to the league and they're going to grow in confidence. And Mirakis is going to be putting loads of money into Nottingham Forest as well. So I anticipate Man City getting better, but I don't anticipate them being anywhere near where they were on the treble season or the season after that.
So when you say get better, do you almost think that Pep will have to change his tactics?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think he's going to change his tactics. And I think obviously we're going to see a clear out from KDB, Bernardo Silva, all the legs that are getting tired. Ederson's probably going to go, so they're going to have to find another worldy keeper as well, which isn't easy to do.
No.
So you don't think Man City will be back next season?
I think, what would you call back?
No, because I think, did you say you expect them to have the same season? Or what was your...
Yeah, no, so basically I think they're going to be better than last season because they've obviously got new squad and players that are going to be improving, but I don't think they're going to be anywhere near the Man City that we expected to see this season.
Do you still expect them to be challenging for the league?
I think they're in and around. They won't completely drop off.
Okay, so I think Liverpool should technically stay the same level, and I think Arsenal should stay the same level. Improve. They should improve because I'm expecting them to buy a striker because why wouldn't you? So I don't think they're going to be better than Arsenal. So I don't think they're going to be close to Arsenal. Maybe Haaland's goals and Rodri can be the answer. It could be. But if I'm going to put my money on it, I don't back them to be as good as Arsenal next season.
And you don't believe Arsenal are going to win the league? So you think Liverpool are going to win it next season as well?
No, Arsenal can win the league next season.
I think
you think they are?
I thought you're betting last week. You said Arsenal not going to win the league.
No, I didn't say. What do you mean?
You did say that. Well, speaking of
that's true.
Matty Savage he jumped in on that bet as well. I don't know why he's looking down.
No, I'm not looking down.
What? He's part of the bet as well.
Yeah.
He's 2K on the line.
So
No,
This bet was with B-Man.
Yeah.
This was when last week when Strives was drawing me out in the group. And he made it known that Marley saved me. Even though,
he said your daddy came.
he said Marley saved me from losing a lot of money. But I had that bet with B-Man that I also don't think that Arsenal will win the league for Man United.
But not as much.
£500.
Whoa.
Was it 500?
£500.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, these
I've got
bets
mouths
are
to
flying.
beat.
You're not behaving like it, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I'm fine with that bet. Fine with that bet.
Plus, I think it would be good if Nottingham Forest finish up there, like Champions League. Like, what a story.
They're pedigree, innit? They got pedigree. Was it 2 Champions Leagues they got?
Yeah. So it's fitting. A little bit fitting.
Nottingham Forest, they did that massive rehaul when they came up, innit?
Yeah.
Got rid of everybody.
Right.
Kept one player.
players
Yeah.
or something.
So the rest of the
With Champions League, they could they would have more money to spend, I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
The owner definitely wants to spend money.
He wants to, innit?
He does,
wants to spend money.
but I don't think they're PSR thingy because they've been fined already.
Yeah.
And so they're definitely going to have to offload a lot of players, and I don't think they have any academy players coming up.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah.
All right, if we move on to Tottenham 2, Bournemouth 2, Zidane just showed that his team still got a little bit of fight in them to not completely waste away.
I was told that Bournemouth were terrible in that game.
Yeah, I see the highlights.
I
wouldn't say terrible.
I was told they were terrible, and obviously
I think there was a few VAR decisions
Like
as well.
was nasty.
It looked like Bournemouth were running away with it. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah. It looked like Bournemouth were running away with it.
When they went in 2-0?
Yeah, 2-0 up.
Two very good goals.
Yeah,
Very
the goals were dope.
We're getting all this fake information this weekend.
know where you getting this information.
Hey, I'm done with TalkSport.
Might be those freaking fans that just call out, man. I'm so tempted to just call in.
Yeah, bedtimes. While I'm on the M1, bro.
But no, yeah, and then Spurs, they it was a spirited comeback, like Draymond.
Okay.
Like Draymond said.
How many players have they got out, Tottenham?
I think they're all coming back now. Van der Ven even came back. Was on the pitch. Solanke's back now.
Oh, so
They're literally their team's back now.
Okay.
Yeah, their team's back.
So no excuses anymore. Then.
Not really.
Nah,
No.
exactly.
I think if you haven't seen some of those goals though, they are, I think,
Kirkers, of course, I saw that
top
one.
quality goals. Yeah, I mean that Kirkers.
That cross was.
Yeah, Gurkis. That was a crazy.
There was one goal that the one that was disallowed for offside. I think Semenyo was offside, just stood in front of the halfway line. That goal
was it Cliver, isn't it? That put it away.
Yes,
Yeah.
top.
What we're saying, Bournemouth getting raided out next season, or
You know what?
Yeah, I think so. A few of their players at least.
Can I ask the room this? Yeah. So one of my pals in the group chat, he reckons Bournemouth's attack is better than Arsenal's without Saka. Or any variation of Arsenal's attack.
Bournemouth attack.
So Evan Nilsson,
okay,
Cliver, and
Semenyo.
So whether it be Nelly, Havertz, Ethan, whether it be that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Arsenal.
Wait, why did you say that?
Better than what Cliver, who's just having his purple patch this season.
Why is it a purple patch?
He's been how many clubs has he gone to? And he's been underwhelming.
Yeah.
He was good last season though. Was he? Yeah, he's obviously this season was way better.
He's hit form now though.
Hang on. He was good for a Bournemouth player last season. If you check his numbers and his involvement, he was good last season.
But where do you stand on that? So like think about all the different variations. Obviously you could Sterling, Trossard, Ethan, it could be Nelly.
And you got Thingy as well.
But this
NS
is excluding Saka, by the way.
But no, this
Saka's
is
not
including Enes Unal as well, who I like Enes Unal as well.
You didn't even mention him.
Okay,
but you could include him as well.
Evan Nielsen I hold in high regards because he was bad. He batted up Champions League for a bit at Porto. Semenyo has performed season after season.
Semenyo.
Kluivert again. I'll maybe put asterisks on Kluivert. So I'm having Evan Nielsen over Havertz. I'm having Semenyo over Trossard. Who was the other guy?
Ethan.
Ethan's body of work isn't big enough.
Or you could even say Nelly, because Nelly could put in there. He just said that as long as Saka's not involved.
Yeah, I don't know, because I don't rate Nelly as well.
Yeah,
Think
about it.
It's a good comparison.
Yeah.
I know Strive's probably not thinking about it.
I told him he had an absolute howler. That's what I told him.
That sounds like a real
Well,
fan.
there's no way.
You coming
No way,
out.
yeah.
But I don't want to be guilty of recency bias in it, so that's why I'm not going to say it's a shoe. But there's a debate there too, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's fair. And then obviously Chelsea just about beat Leicester. So what we say, does it go?
I didn't even watch that.
Yeah, does it go to show you though that?
Oh, wait a second.
What?
Was Cole Palmer the penalty miss?
Yeah, the penalty miss. Yeah, we need to talk about
Apparently,
it.
is it?
Yeah.
Hey,
That's his first one.
Can Joey come back to the stand?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm here. I never left. Go ahead. What are you saying? What, you're not allowed to miss a penalty?
No, all I'm asking is that ever since you, ever since you,
What did I do?
Yeah, went on air and was doing Cole Palmer prop. You did Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer's a bad boy. What?
But where has he been this
The
season?
performance.
Yeah, but-
last few games, isn't he?
Wait, hang on.
He's dropped off a bit.
But
And we ain't
Dre.
hearing anything about
Dre.
it either.
Matty Savage, where's Saka been?
I've not been.
Yeah, where's he been?
He's
Well,
in
been
some
injured.
stuff. He's probably still got better output than them.
Hang on,
Even though he's not
wait,
playing.
what's the question here?
Even
What's
though
the
he's not
comparison?
playing.
So I do with that.
Yeah.
Wait,
No,
what's
wait,
the comparison?
the comparison, because that was a comparison, isn't it? Like Saka, so you haven't got the background. Saka and Cole Palmer were being compared, innit? Yeah. And I'm
Okay.
saying, like, you lot are talking about Saka, but Cole Palmer in his breakout season has batted up all of Saka's records, innit?
Okay.
So I'm saying, okay, cool. That was my argument, right?
Well, you said where's Saka
You
been?
said
Yeah, no, because he's talking about his performance has dropped off, and technically, so has, like, statistically speaking, so has Saka.
He's been on there.
What are you talking about? What?
This guy's
My man can't even show up to the party.
You are
You can't show up to the party, bro.
Joey, you're
You're
matching that
shameless.
hospital bed right now.
Hey, it's true.
Take me to Take me to Wow.
He's definitely dropped off. He has.
He's dropped off, but it's not just that. It's my whole point is that this Chelsea team, like, look at them. They should be
It's a mess, man.
Leicester.
It's a mess.
That's
No,
the
it's a
whole
mess,
point. That obviously United are trying to do things in different ways, but where do Chelsea go from here as well?
Chelsea are not being run like a football club. So, like, I don't know, like, what do you expect from them? Like, I don't know what this. I think Todd Bowley might be swapping with that other guy at the end of the season. I've forgotten his name, man. But they're not being run like a football club. They're being run like a money making business, isn't it? So Man United have been there before.
Yeah.
You lot have been there, but where your turnovers have been great, but your performances on the pitch have been questionable.
Average. Yeah.
So
Sorry to cut, because just because you said that,
Mm.
I saw something today where what's his name? Jim Ratcliffe is saying that if he didn't make the cuts that he made,
Yeah,
he's gonna run out of
he'll
money.
run out of money,
Yeah.
chatting shit,
yeah.
bro. Chatting shit.
I think he said that they've been losing money. It's about 130, 40 million pounds
that's
a
right.
season for the last
Yeah.
6 or 7
Cool.
seasons.
So wait, hang on.
And
So
he
that
also
means last season you lot lost or spent 840 million.
I don't
Because your
think
revenues was like 700 million.
Yeah, I don't think we spent that. But you remember all of the money that we've got accumulating from the debt, the interest,
Yeah,
exactly. It's all
there's
adding up.
transfer payments. Like we're in trouble.
Yeah,
Nah,
we are.
I don't believe that. I think he's trying to sex up his position, bro, because he's come in and he's had a stinker.
Mm.
Yeah. And then he's trying to say, well, if I hadn't
He's trying
come
to
in and
justify it all.
done that and cut all this money, then
But you
this
got to
club
remember
would have been
also, a
bankrupt.
lot of these big companies, a lot of them, they always run at a loss.
Exactly.
Do you see what I'm saying? And they're
Exactly,
big
bro.
companies. So for him to say that, he's a businessman. He's a businessman. He knows what he's saying. And
Mhm.
but he did single out 5 players.
Did he?
Yeah, I think it was
I haven't
Onana,
watched the whole thing.
Højlund.
In fact, I haven't watched
correct.
it at all. I just saw
Hmm?
it. Okay.
No, I'm saying I'm just correct.
Yeah,
Go on.
so Anthony,
Anthony,
uh,
Casemiro.
Casemiro, and who was it? There's one more.
So what?
Højlund.
But what did he
Is
sing?
that
What
No, you said
did he
that
sing with them?
Yeah,
sing with them
what
out
sing
for?
him up for?
Transfers
that
we're still paying.
Yeah, that we're
So
still
I think
paying.
he said if we don't buy any
Wait,
players
no.
this season.
Sorry, what? How long have they been at the club?
No,
for?
but wait. If we don't buy any players this season, we still
Yeah.
owe 89 million in transfers
From those transfers.
That's
Hold on,
nothing.
repeat them again, please.
No, that's crazy.
No.
Højlund. Let me find it quickly.
Because how much money?
No,
Like, over
no.
5 years
Anthony,
old, the contract and how they
Anthony,
depreciate.
Mason
it.
Mount, maybe?
That's
No?
not that much money,
Nah, it
bro.
wasn't.
Yeah, but you still
89
got to pay that. Man.
Yeah, and like Arsenal's still paying off transfers, Liverpool's still paying
Casemiro.
off transfers. That's
And then you're
Casemiro.
thinking of the wages
And
as
wages as
well.
well.
On top of that, I know. We're doing like
But this
no.
guy, you not getting bamboozled.
No, I
by
don't.
this
I
guy,
don't.
you know?
No, I don't
He's a
think it
fraud,
is.
bro.
No, well,
you
they're
can
definitely
still
on
be
forward
paying
watch
off a transfer fee.
for sure.
Yeah, but and
They're
that's
on forward
my thing is
watch.
that that's normal, bro. That's normal. Paying off a transfer 3 years
Over
after
a
signing
period
players.
of time,
Yeah.
correct. But I think where we're losing money at the same
Yeah.
time, it's accumulating on top
Sancho.
of that. Sancho. Yeah, good
Oh,
shout.
and
wages
what,
as
Joey,
well.
you're saying that
Yeah.
this is
That's
normal
normal,
practice.
bro.
No, it's
That is
normal practice, but to Matty's point, if they're losing, how much you say that?
I think it's
per
about
year?
140 million pounds a year.
Yeah, and you're still paying off
Yeah.
the
You're not
transfer
buying
fee.
it.
But is
No,
that
I'm not
100,
buying
is that
it. What
you're not
140
buying?
million
I'm-
pound a year that they're losing? Is the transfer payments
I think-
tied into that?
No,
No.
I think it's because we're not
In addition-
Or that's on top-
generating
That's
enough. We're not generating
interest. That's
enough money.
interest and payments.
Yeah.
Interest on the loans that the Glazers took out. That's why they're all angry.
Yeah, yeah.
And then obviously the payments on the transfer. But my thing is that's normal, except for the interest. That's normal, bro, because all transfer fees are played over,
Yeah, the transfer fee is fine.
and then and most clubs operate at a loss, as Dre was saying.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so to say that the club wouldn't be running that by the end of the year, I think that's a load of
Maybe not by the end of the
Baloney.
year. I think
Yeah.
that's exaggerated.
He's over exaggerating.
100%.
But I was saying to Matt as well before we come on, apparently the rumour is tomorrow that United are going to announce their new stadium. Apparently.
The new stadium.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gonna
because
build a
remember
new stadium.
they were deciding about whether they were going to regenerate revamp Old Trafford.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Yeah.
away from Old Trafford.
No, I think it's going to be in the same area. Yeah.
I think that's a big mistake.
Instead of just fixing the roof.
Yeah. No, not the they got
No, you got to remember, Old Trafford is.
Yeah.
You lot should just
But you can modernise it, no?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know the
move
finances
completely.
involved.
Bear in mind, if you're operating at a cash loss, how do you
Yeah.
put the money in?
I think a lot of it's coming through the government.
Yeah,
funding
government
as well.
funding.
Government?
No, because they're doing a
It's
lot of
coming from us.
regeneration of-
Yeah,
of-
basically.
our money.
Yeah, you're basically
Our
paying for our
money.
new stadium.
Hey, but you know what though?
It's because we've got the Andy Burnham on our side, the Manchester councillor.
What is the biggest team you know in the UK that moves stadiums, and how's it worked out for them?
Arsenal.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Like, how's it
wait,
worked
what
out?
do you mean
How
by that?
has it worked out?
Arsenal,
No
actually,
league title since.
Arsenal actually working out quite well.
No league
If we're
title
talking
Yeah,
about
since.
but it's going to
financially.
take time.
No league title since.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
talking
but
about
let's not-
football success.
Yeah, like that stadium's your history.
Mm.
Don't leave that, bro. That's why I'm happy
Mm.
that Liverpool didn't.
That don't make sense
build a new
because we still
stadium.
won trophies, bro, and we're a well-run business, and we'll be back in the league
So then
titles
why you
very
not
But
soon.
saying-
I don't think you can look
We're
at
back in
trends
the
and
league
patterns
title,
for when you move stadiums and stuff.
I think
like
you
Yeah,
get
it plays a part because
Of
your
course it plays
money
a
will be
part.
tied into that club, so you can't make signings.
Mm.
Mm,
And especially
true.
if you're not going to get a Champions League.
That's a good point as
Yeah,
well.
revenue from that, from
Yeah.
the Adidas sponsorship deals
Yeah.
decreasing each year, I think.
Oh, who got a new? Oh, it was Liverpool
Liverpool
that
got new
did
sponsorship.
sponsorship.
Mm.
Back to Adidas. Right?
5-year deal, I think. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Before we wrap this up, obviously the usual segment, back pages. Let's go around the room. If anyone doesn't know, back pages is where we highlight like a player, team, manager that's done well over the weekend. Doesn't even have to be from football, but mainly football. Strives.
My back page is going to. I'm giving it to. All right, this might be a bit controversial, but I'm going to give it to Martin Odegaard for his PSV performance. Yeah,
Wow.
that's for his PSV performance. I think that he's come under a lot of criticism from his own fan base, and sometimes that can be a bit tough. And then obviously he's come under. He's been quite self-critical as well, and I felt like his response in that game was pretty fitting. And I think outside of Bruno's free kick, I felt like he was head and shoulders above Bruno in the game against
Was he?
Manchester
Huh?
United.
Was he?
Yeah, in my
Well,
opinion.
no, we missed this massive
Yeah,
distraction. We should have gone. We
Yeah,
should have
yeah.
discussed this.
Yeah,
properly.
exactly.
I can't
Well,
believe
it's back
you said
pages
that.
now.
Yeah.
Can't believe you just. How dare you?
He had to go 2 games back to do
Wow.
back pages.
It is for the week. Yeah.
Wow.
Well
Wow.
played, Martin.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what newspaper he's representing. But definitely the Sun. Yeah, Joey.
So mine would be. So I don't know if it's Richard Hughes or Thiago Pinto, but the Bournemouth sporting director. Richard Hughes is at Liverpool now, but he was at Bournemouth before.
Mhm.
I don't know if he's responsible for the current crop, but the guy there now is Thiago Pinto, bro. Like,
Pinto. Yeah.
Obviously, he got Kirkesh, who I think is...
He's such a baller, man.
Bro, he's been, like just the aggression in going forward.
I think he's linked to you guys as well, isn't he?
He is, man. It'll be a great replacement
acquisition
for Robertson. So, yeah, whoever was responsible for bringing in Semenyo, Evan Nielsen, Enas Unal, and Kirkesh, and I'm going to say Kluivert, but Della was kind of right. He was a bit dusty at Roma and other clubs, but maybe he's growing into the players now, isn't it? So, yeah, Leipzig, so. But,
As well.
Sporting director at Bournemouth.
I will give mine to a player in a team right now competing for top 4. No one expected it. I think it's redemption. I'll give it to Ola Aina because I don't follow his Snapchat, but obviously, he's good entertainment. And overall this season, he's probably been one of the best right backs so far.
Locked up Docky.
Yeah.
It was a good battle.
Yeah. I hope TNT Sports paid him and for providing it.
For that Snapchat feature.
Matty?
I'm going to give my back pages for the first time to Bruno Fernandes. No surprise there. I'm looking at Strive dead in the eye right now. No surprise there. Captain fantastic for Manchester United this season.
Getting us out of the mud.
Getting us out of the mud multiple times. And
he's just still in the mud.
Give it. Okay, yeah. Given the fact that the argument was happening last week between Odegaard and Fernandes in terms of who would you pick and which one would you prefer, he stepped up yesterday.
Fun fact, it was around about 2 years ago, like almost to the date that you lost 7-0 at Anfield, and Bruno Fernandes was literally pigeonholed out or singled out, by the whole football media for being a useless, toothless captain.
Wow.
Jesus, toothless.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for that.
No, great back pages.
No, I appreciate that. Thanks for that.
No problem.
Scored against Arsenal on Sunday, so yeah, happy about that.
Mine was going to be Bruno as well. Don't want to copy it, but I was putting it there because I think the debate kind of got sold on that game yesterday. I don't know what Strives, but you could pick Odegaard. But if I'm not choosing Bruno, I don't know if you guys saw Vinicius Jr. scored a mad solo goal for Real Madrid. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, crazy solo goal, and that guy's wavy when he's on his game. But so
I think Rodrigo is better than him.
Yeah.
I've been watching the two play, and I think Rodrigo just
both play on each side. Right?
Yeah,
Rodrigo just does the
yeah.
basics very, very well.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to that Arsenal Real Madrid. I can't lie.
What's the score between
2-1 Real Madrid?
2-1. Okay.
No, you guys are being a little bit disrespectful to Atletico Madrid, but we move. I'd prefer it to be Real Madrid anyway. I can't stand another low block.
Wow.
Or mid block.
Real Madrid will do a low block because they ever get twisted.
They don't know how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't remember the Champions League final, bro.
Not against Arsenal.
Oh yeah, we've
against this
striker.
team.
Yeah, they go for it. But yeah, thanks for tuning in to another installment of Podcast Pundits. We'll be back the same time, same place next week. We are.